God, my back is so itchy. Oh. Anyway, how was your week?
Pretty good. As you can see, there's a bunch of shit behind me. My mom moves in on the 3rd. So I've been
Excited?
so next week it'll look like I'm in a jail cell in my basement because the walls are only like gray, dry lock primed right now.
Gonna
So
be in
I'll
a
be
jail cell while you make picks. It'll
exactly.
be like
It
that
was funny. I
hyper
already told
focus.
my boss last week. We met on Thursday night, and he always asked me about like podcasts and sports and stuff. And he was like, obviously, it must be a busy time for you guys with the NFL coming up soon, because he asked me about certain sports, and I gave him the rundown. And then I was like, yeah, it actually kind of works out. I said, it kind of works out against me. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, my draft is on the 4th at 8 p.m. I have that day off. I said, the only day of the week I work is the next day. I took the rest of the week of that week off for Starfield.
Oh, that's right. It comes out Tuesday, right? No.
The 6th, so Wednesday.
That's weird.
Right? I think it's the 6th.
That's a weird date.
Or it might be the 9th. Right. I might.
The 7th would make more sense.
Well, let's see. Starfield, let's see.
6th.
You'll be able to take off on September 1st if you order
pre-order if you pre-order the special edition or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, I might do that anyways.
If you have Game Pass, they have a deal right now where you could just upgrade for $30,
right?
You spend 30. Yep.
That was what I did with Forza.
I've thought about doing that. What's up, Cody? How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, guys? Welcome in.
Cody, we'll be doing the order as soon as we talk about all the other sports that aren't football, since the rest of the night will be football.
You know, a game I have gotten addicted to, though.
Guess what? My doc sold some trash-ish. What?
My doc said some
trash-ish. Got it.
What did he tell you? You're unhealthy because you drink more than 2 beers per week?
Talking about liver levels.
Exactly. I knew exactly where she was going with this. Listen, they told me that at 19 as well. I mean, I'm still here at 36, so we're good.
So what happened in the golf tournament this weekend? I saw some people talking about it, but I didn't.
Oh, what happened in the golf tournament?
Yeah.
Well, not kind of what was expected, but the way he's been playing, Victor Hovland just kind of ran away with it. He won the BMW championship last week, which is the second leg of the playoffs. And that moved him up into 3rd position overall in the points. And, I mean, he just had a stellar weekend again. Colin Morikawa came out on fire. He shot 10 under the first day, 6 under the second day to be in the lead by the 3rd day. On the 3rd day, he shot 4 over, so he dropped out, but Hovland kept steady. And on the last 2 days, so Hovland started at 8 under. I mean, I think he finished at 20, so that means on the final day he shot 7 under in the final group, with the other guy in the final group also shooting 7 under but starting 2 behind him. So for him, it's huge. He just made $21.6 million over 2 weeks.
Jesus.
The FedEx Championship, when you win it, if you win it, it's $18 million in the purse for the winner. So Xander Schauffele took 2nd, so he got the $6 million prize, which is good for him. He's been playing pretty good golf, but not the greatest. Rory, I think, finished like 5th or 6th overall. Rahm kind of tapered off. Scotty Scheffler tapered off. So Hovland's good to see because he's young. He's from Norway. So most of the year when he was in high school, he couldn't play outdoors. So to be such an immaculate ball striker when you play indoors most of the time, and then to get a D1 scholarship to, I think it was Oklahoma State where he went. And his short game isn't very good chipping wise, but he got really good this year at that. So he just kind of put it all together and just great, you know? So very fun to watch for somebody like me who pays a lot of attention to golf. And it was exciting. It was close, but it wasn't as close as last year. So I was just tell people like kind of what is at stake. And it's funny because those guys say they're not thinking about the money on those putts, but I'll tell you what, when you go back and watch video, you might start thinking about it.
Um, yeah, I asked because, like I said, I saw some people talking about it, and I know you probably didn't miss it, so I had to ask.
Oh yeah, I had it up kind of just in the background all weekend, keeping tabs. You know, there were some weather delays. It happens just outside of Atlanta in East Lake Country Club in Georgia. So that's where the final tournament always is.
Um, yeah. Before we get to the other major sports, since me and you both love a sport no one gives a fuck about, I don't know if you saw the wreck, but NASCAR raced at Daytona this weekend.
I saw it because of you, actually.
It was arguably the best race of the year. It's definitely the best race on super speedways with these new cars. It's the first time they felt comfortable going 3 wide. They went 3 wide for, I think, like 18 laps. They were racing just 3 wide in a line the entire time in 3 separate lines at 190. It was fucking awesome.
I love it.
But then, as most people have seen everywhere else, I don't have to show the video. Ryan Preece in the last 5 laps, that flip. I mean, that car flipping out the way it
ridiculous, dude.
Was terrifying. I was watching. I literally just froze, and I was like, "Please, just get out of the car." That's all I want to see is your window net come down. But it's been confirmed that he was actually unconscious in the car, so that's why his window net didn't come down. He stayed in the hospital overnight, but he was tweeting overnight that he was fine and he'll be back stronger than ever and whatnot. And then he got discharged the next day, so that was really good to see. But that was the start of the end of this regular season. So now they get their playoffs. So I'm pretty fucking pumped. Yeah, I know racing has playoffs for those who don't know that. And then in the other sports around the world that aren't football, Messi, a different version of football, has just been ridiculous.
I mean, the guys, him coming to MLS is just like highlight reel material for him.
Yeah, and Inter Miami just announced today, an hour ago, construction's officially begun on Miami Freedom Park, which is going to be a 25,000 seat stadium with a 58-acre public park outside of it in the center of Miami.
Yeah.
So
they're going to pump money in now that they got him.
Yeah. And he wants to, and he's partial owner, and when he retires from the actual game, he wants to stay part of that culture. So it'll be good to see, and I'm excited to see football growing. I mean, soccer growing in the United States because I love some good old soccer. Even as a Chelsea fan, watching my team suffer consistently.
Yeah,
still a soccer fan. And then let's see, baseball. I don't think much has changed since last week. Like, I feel like everybody's still where they were. Oh, the Mariners have caught up. They're officially tied for first. I love seeing that.
Yeah, that's great. It's great for baseball too, honestly.
Yeah, they haven't been to the playoffs since God knows when. I mean, the O's are still in first. The Rays are still only a game behind. The Braves are still God tier. You guys had a pitcher today. The Dodgers get announced for Tommy John. I just don't know who it was. I can't remember his name.
Fuck. God, I wasn't paying attention today. Let me see if I can see it. We'll go to Dodgers rating.
I did on MLB.com. Nope, I cannot.
Tommy Gonsolin.
Yeah, there you go. Tommy Gonsolin. Thank you.
Tony Gonsolin. Tommy John.
There you go. Yep, yeah. Tony Gonsolin. Yeah, that's just a tongue twister.
Which seems to be the going rate for them. Like, all of their pitching is just hurt all the time.
Yeah.
But I think going into the weekend, they were 20-3 in their last 23 games.
Yeah, you guys are rolling. Literally, the Braves and you guys run the National League for sure right now. And the American League right now, honestly, the 3 hottest teams are the Orioles, Rays, and Mariners. So I'm pretty excited to see it.
There's some low-calorie diets you can do that are still fun.
Yeah, I mean, my diet right now is just portion controlling. And I'm losing weight.
That's actually generally one of the biggest things is not really what you eat, but how much of it you eat.
Yeah, I'm just portion controlling. And I'm not going back. Like, I'm not getting up an hour later and going, man, I'm hungry again and grabbing food. I'm just dealing with being hungry. So
yeah, see, I do that, but I also serve myself twice as much in the first serving, so it's fine. It equals out.
So But no hockey or basketball news. Before we go to NFL, though, college football has begun.
Yes.
Uh,
Notre Dame put a shellacking on Navy.
Yeah, I didn't watch FCS because I know there was like Delaware versus Albany versus Fordham and shit, but I just didn't watch those lower level games this weekend. But yes, Notre Dame dominated. That's what Notre Dame gets for finally having a good quarterback.
Well, they're kind of one of those teams that's going to be the last to join a conference, right? They're going to stay independent for as long as they can.
They might honestly just stay independent forever.
Well, the problem is going to be that the super conferences are going to rely on like games won in conference, right? Like,
yeah,
you can't play Appalachian State and these, terrible teams anymore. You have like they're setting it up to be big matches all the time, and even if you have 4 losses, you might still make the national championship.
Yeah, and the other big game, USC dominated San Jose State.
Basically what everybody thought was going to happen, plus Caleb Williams just looks like he's going to be the number 1 draft pick again.
Yeah, Caleb Williams looked really fucking good.
Which is hilarious because he's probably going to go to Arizona.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
What do you mean, Florida or Utah? Now I'm curious. Are you
Florida
asking
or
which
Utah?
one?
That is a great matchup early in the season. That's a huge matchup.
Is that already happening?
I don't know. I don't think so yet.
Who you taking? I'm gonna take Utah. I'll take the Utes defense. Oh, it is. It's this week. It's tonight, Thursday at 8:00.
Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
If Rising plays,
I mean, I would probably take Utah without looking at the numbers yet. Depends. If we're just going outright, probably Utah. If I look at the betting odds, it might be different, but
they're a 6.5 point favorite. But without Anthony Richardson, I don't know what Florida is going to look like.
Right.
And if Cameron Rising plays for Utah, then yeah, I would think Utah wins. Now, if he doesn't play, I think that's a hell of a game.
And Florida's travel plans got disrupted by the hurricane.
Yeah, too. I assume they had to get there early, like leave already.
I think they left today.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got to get the fuck out of there.
They're gonna fly to Dallas on Tuesday, practice and spend the night, and then travel to Salt Lake City on Wednesday and play on Thursday. Aye.
Yeah. What's up, Tesco? How you doing, buddy? But no, college football is back. I'm so fucking excited about it.
Just honestly, football, man, football all around just dominates. Like it's hard. It's hard to, I love baseball. I love golf, but one thing really drives your attention, and it's football. Whether it's college or NFL, like people have one they like better than the other. That's fine. It still dominates what they watch.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. I know. We don't talk a lot of wrestling, but I know AEW chose Saturday nights for their second show. I said they're going to regret their ratings are going to plummet when Saturday Night College Football begins. I don't
think it's the limited games. I just think NFL has done such a good job of how they positioned themselves 20 years ago to just kind of take up. So remember how football used to just be Sunday only? It was so you always tuned in on Sundays because it was an all-day affair. Well, then it moved to, Sunday, Monday. Then it moved to Thursday, Sunday, Monday. And now you're getting some Saturdays. So you might see some movement on what they're doing. And that's the whole flexing games thing this year where they can really flex games.
Yeah.
They're gonna test what they do is they pioneer what should be done. They're on the leading edge versus the trailing edge. Baseball is just about every night, but that's because they have so many games, and that is somewhat of a detriment to them because of how many games they have.
I think as much as I love baseball, a 90 to 80 game season, end it right. Make the playoffs start right before the NFL season, so that way you don't even compete with football. Right. You're what people can watch to fill until football
It'll
starts.
never happen, though, because you have the old heads that just dominate baseball. You have to really love baseball to just be 100% in on it. Well, kind of like golf for me. You have to really love the game to watch it.
Yeah. I will say this.
You nailed it. That's exactly how I am, other than following like highlight clips and an occasional Dodgers game in between.
Yeah, I checked the score and that's about it. But this weekend there is on Sunday college football, and LSU and Florida State are 5-8, and they play each other Sunday. So
that's what I mean. You're going to get this happening all the time now, which is great for college football.
Yeah, a game to watch for sure. But anyway, we got so our fantasy draft for those who are just hanging out and chilling with B and Doc because you love us. Our fantasy draft, our fantasy league got filled. Our fantasy draft is next Monday. We're doing it live on the show. So you're going to see everybody's picks. We're going to talk about everybody's picks. We're going to just chit chat. We're going to have to make picks in between because we got to pick the games for the first week of the season still next week.
See how much we change our sentiment from earlier in the year.
Yes, and starting next week, we will have – I'm not going to post the whole spreadsheet, but you will see – I will be posting a thing where you guys can click it and see our predictions for each division, the records for each team in all 4 divisions. You're not going to have to see what we picked for each and every single game, but you'll see our predicted records for all 4 teams. And then you'll also be able to see our picks live as they happen for each week. But so we got to do our draft order, and we thought it'd be more fun to do our draft order live instead of just letting the website randomly organize it. So we're going to do it live. I need someone in chat that's not part of the league. So Tesco, you can do it if you want, or anyone else that isn't Cody, to give me a number. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull it up now. Hold on. We're going to pull up random.org. I already have all of our names typed in. So someone's going to give me a number, whatever number it is. Don't make it too big. And I'm going to hit random, and I'm just going to hit the it's on random.org, so it's going to be the randomize button. However many times whoever tells me, and that will be our draft order. It'll be set however many times you guys tell me. So let me I don't actually know how to pull this up anymore, but give me a minute. They changed some words around on this shit. All right. So assuming that's on the screen. Yay, nay. Is that on the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right. So all 12 names are on this list. Last initials, because I don't want to put people's full names out on the internet, are on this list. So we're just going to hit randomize. So guys, give me a number, and I'll hit randomize however many times. So somebody just pick a number in chat.
That's where it was. I don't know if she moved it.
All right, we got 5. Okay, we'll go with, unless someone else gives us a number, we can do the average. All right, 5 and 9. So we'll do 7. We'll do the average. Okay, so I'm going to hit randomize 7 times. Again, I'm going to clip this tonight or tomorrow morning, more realistically, because we run a little late. So tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll clip this and post it in our group chat so everybody can see how the order got made. So in case they have questions, it's there. But here we go. All right, so 7 times, and that'll be the order. I'm going to have to write it down too, so that way I have it memorized. But anyway. All right. 1, 2, son of a bitch. It's going to make me scroll. 3. Stop doing this. 4, 5, 6, and 7. So they're dead center, both of us.
That's right. 6 and 7.
Fucking
I won a league from 6 last year, so I'm all right with this.
Ugh, I hate this.
Oh, Dylan ended up with last. Oh, he's gonna love that. Although I actually don't mind 12 pick because you get back-to-back picks.
I love the back end. I don't like the front because if someone gets injured that you take 1 overall or 2 overall, it stings so much worse. I hate the front. But all right, there you go. So there's the order. Cody, I know you're hanging out with us. You're number 2, so enjoy that. I don't know if Robert's in here. Robert, you're 10. I can just read it. Lisa, you're 1. Michael Bertiso, you're 3. Blake, 4. Matt D, you're 5. Me and Dot, 6, 7. In order, Dot me. Kyle E, you're 8. Danny Boy, you're 9. Robert, I already said 10. Kyle T, you're 11th, and then your brother is 12th.
I just texted him. He actually did not want mid round. I actually think he also prefers 12 or early. So
Yeah, I didn't want mid, but whatever. I'll deal. It changes my plans that I already had in my mind because I was hoping I was just back 4.
no, I'm always waiting for my. I'm one of these super nerds who waits to see where my order is, and then I run like 9 million mock drafts.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running some this week for sure. Was not where I haven't drafted middle in a long time, so that'll
I'm
be
in the
interesting.
same 3 leagues I was in last year, and I'm the defending champ in 2 of them. So come get the belt.
I'm only in 2, ours and Dylan's.
I'm in Dylan's. I'm also in the strikeout beer league.
Yeah. But all right, so there's the draft order. Now we have to make our picks really fast on NFC West. We really don't care NFC West,
And we've already picked most of the games.
We've picked every game, but their games against each other because
Right.
we've picked every other division. So it'll be quick. And then me and Dot are going to do something new. It actually came to me from Bleacher Report. It came through my mind because they're doing bold predictions right now, and I was like, it'd be fun if me and Dot did a couple bold predictions per team. So we're going to make a couple bold predictions per team tonight, and that's all going to go on our TikTok page and whatnot as well, starting tomorrow, actually, because I'm going to start editing and doing stuff tomorrow because I have a day of nothing. So free time to actually catch up on shit. So we're going to do bold predictions. If you guys want to hang out, make your own, have a conversation about our bold predictions, say how crazy we are. We'll love it because we love that crap. We love being told we're wrong, to be honest, because then we get to debate it, which we love doing. But so we'll start with the NFC West predictions to get them out of the way. Let's just start with the worst of the worst NFL teams. By the way, news on the worst of the worst NFL teams. Kyler Murray seemingly might be unlikely to play this year.
Yeah, actually, that's part of my bold prediction.
It's funny. The 2 clicks on 5 and 6, I was first pick, dropped to 10th, and I was 10th in my big money league, too. Every year I'm the same pick. That sucks.
Listen, honestly, I prefer to be front end or back end. Mid is a little bit tougher draft wise.
Yeah, I saw you at the top for 5 and 6. It made me wonder if I clicked it, but I did notice someone else changed. So that's the only reason I even knew I clicked it. Because you, like you said, you stayed right there, 1 and 2.
Honestly, our league is so deep that you're going to have to dig deep during the season. Draft is only a minor piece of it.
Yep. I honestly stayed undefeated until the playoffs last year because of I had 1 loss up into the playoffs. And that was because of some of the defensive ads I had to go grab.
Yeah, I think I had a pretty strong core of defensive players that I relied on to score me points when my offensive players didn't. So,
but yeah, it was cool. We'll see what we do with middle. But anyway, all right, we got to get Arizona. This is a joke. We already have their first 3 games as losses. They start with the Commanders in D.C., then they play New York, the Giants, and then they play the Cowboys. We already picked all 3 of them because, like we said, everything but the NFC West we've picked. So
pencil them in as 0-4, baby.
And, yeah, they start week 4 with the San Francisco 49ers. I don't care where that game is. I was going to say I don't care where it is. San Francisco. News we didn't actually cover. I forgot. San Francisco 49ers traded Trey Lance for a 4th-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones said they told nobody, and Dak Prescott said he wasn't shocked because he's just come to expect it in this business.
Jerry Jones didn't even tell the coach.
No, I know.
He didn't even tell his coach. And he said, look, I don't have to tell the coach. And apparently, from what I heard, there was 2 teams interested, them being
Daniel,
one of them.
Hold on. I screenshot the thing on my phone, so give me a second. I'll tell you your order. Go ahead, bud.
So what he said,
you're 9th, bud.
He didn't tell the coach. He hasn't spoken to Dak since the announcement, and that he really didn't care because it's not a threat to his job currently. What Jerry Jones said was, or the running was, 2 teams were interested and were offering 6th-round picks. Both teams moved to a 5th round. Dallas moved to a 4th round first.
Yeah.
So to give up a 4th round pick for a guy, honestly, the guy hasn't really gotten a shot because of his injuries and what's been going on. And at the end of the day, San Francisco whiffed with the 3rd pick overall in a draft. And then the next year, they found their draft pick in the last pick of the draft.
Yep.
And that's either like now San Francisco doesn't have to pay this kid for as long as he's going to play. So it puts them in a better position. So again, the coach ate the pick and it not working out. And if he turns into anything, like he's not better than Cooper Rush right now. So it doesn't matter. Like Dak getting worried about it just shows you his insecurities. Him saying, I'm going to throw less than 10 interceptions shows you his insecurities. It's just stupid that he's even paying attention and just giving fodder to the media so they can just pound him with it. It's a nothing burger for Dak, and he's making something of it, and it's making it worse.
Yeah. I'm not so sure I understood why he was worried about it, to be honest. Trey, look, I still think Trey can be something. It's kind of why I made a Facebook post yesterday about would you want a guy who has 11 touchdowns and 21 interceptions in his first 3 seasons? Because that was Alex Smith's first 3 seasons.
Right.
And I was well, how bad do you – and like Trey was only a starter for a year and a half at North Dakota State. So, like...
Right. He had, 17 games played total before he got drafted 3rd in the NFL draft. And we've talked about it on our podcast. Half of the first-rounders picked are busts.
Yeah.
More than half, actually. But it's one of those things where you just... It happens. And he was a highly scouted player and a highly graded player. So he still has something in the tank. What it becomes, who knows?
Yeah, he just needs to sit and grow. He really does. He needs to sit back, watch and grow.
Rosen?
Oh, God.
That's what I mean. Like, it happens all the time. Fuck, if Arizona has the number 1 pick, they're moving off of Kyler Murray.
Oh, I cut myself off mid-sentence. Caleb Williams said he'll stay another year depending on who has the first pick.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
I thought that was hilarious that he said that. I was like, what are you trying to say, bud?
That he's not going to Arizona. That's exactly what he's saying. Dude, I would go to the Rams, the Bucks, anywhere. I think the Rams, the Bucks, the Raiders are probably top 5 picks.
Nah, Josh Jacobs coming back. I think.
Oh, yeah. See, that changes the landscape. And he actually seemed more happy with what he got than Saquon did in the end. Because if they don't franchise tag him again at $14 million next year, Josh Jacobs is an unrestricted free agent, and they put that in his contract.
Yeah. So Seahawks won't be that low.
No, I think Geno takes a step back, but I think they're improving overall. I just think Geno himself regresses a little bit. Not
I think he just hits a plateau. I don't think he falls. I think he just kind of flattens out.
I'm still worried about that offensive line. I'm still worried about their running back room looks good now, but they've generally gotten bit by the injury bug there, and I think that comes to fruition, and not these guys, but certain guys' bold predictions.
Yeah. All right. Let's so week 4 we took the Niners. Week 5 is the Bengals. We both took the Bengals.
Oh, Bengals, yeah, 100%.
All right. Week 6 is LA. I'm taking the Rams.
I think I have to take the Rams here too. I have more faith in them and Matthew Stafford than I do in the Cardinals, with who knows what quarterback they're going to have at this point.
And they cut Colt McCoy today, by the way.
Right. So now they're literally racing to the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know who. I assume Toon?
Well, let me take a look at their depth chart.
It's Toon or Josh Dobbs, according to New York Post. Yeah.
Then Clayton Tune and David Blow. Yeah, it's still it's still McVay, it's still Stafford, it's still Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald has it in him to still win Defensive Player of the Year.
Back to bowl for your boys. Oh, yeah, you're an Eagles fan. Very good chance. The NFC's weak. It's you guys or the Niners. I mean, realistically, that's the NFC at this point.
Yeah, I can't wait till Dobbs is throwing passes 6 yards behind, wide receivers.
Honestly, I just roll the rookie to see if you have something decent as a backup for the future. Like, why not? Season's already done. Hadn't even started.
Yeah.
All right, so their next game is at Seattle. I'm taking the Seahawks. I assume you're doing the same.
I mean, it's not really a question.
All right, and then we did Ravens, Browns, Falcons, Texans. We took all 4 of those teams against them.
Oh, so they're undefeated in the loss column so far.
This one's at home against the Rams. I got to give them a win sometime. I'll take the Cardinals here. I mean, we have had 0-something teams pretty commonly lately.
Yeah, give them a win here. I think they might squeak out 2.
Are the Cardinals going 0-17? Cody, I know you love the Lions. As a Packers fan, I hope that statement doesn't come true, but I expect it
honestly,
to.
if they lose this game, they might beat the Browns.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Browns.
Nick Chubb could just have a day where he runs 300 yards and scores all the touchdowns, so who knows?
Yep, that's true as well. All right, 49ers, I don't have to wait. We did the Steelers. Sorry, we both picked the Steelers. Then their bye week. Then the Niners. Then at Chicago. Then at Philly. Those are going to be slaughters. And then the final week of the season.
You think the Bears are going to slaughter them? Because I think this is one where the Bears might falter too.
You know what? It might be a closer game than I'm getting because if it's that late in the season. I mean, again, if they only have one win,
I just want to let you know, Caesar Sportbook has them as the Bears as a 5-point favorite right now.
Is it in Chicago?
Yes.
All right, so 2 points on an even field. I mean, it really
on Christmas Eve
in Chicago in bad weather. Yeah, the Bears dominate.
Yeah, now I'm
Justin Fields in that running back room are just going to run wild.
So we have them at 1-16.
Yeah, because I'm taking Seahawks again.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
All right, so 1-16 for both of us because they're just so bad. It's like. I don't try to be negative, but I just don't see anything positive in Arizona. They also just traded Isaiah Simmons for basically a bag of Skittles.
That's so funny. One of the PFF predictions was about Isaiah Simmons, and then it goes, editors note, Isaiah Simmons has now been traded.
Dallas is pretty good. I think they would be behind the Chiefs in the AFC. I think the Chargers and Chiefs are easily probably the 2 best, and the Bengals are going to be I think they're all better than Dallas. I don't know. I have a hard time with Dallas because the roster's really good, but they always tend to underperform when it matters. So
no, Dallas will be like that 12-5, 13-4, and then get to the playoffs and not win.
You see them beating the Texans to give them 2 wins. See, I agree, but I also can see Damian Pierce and CJ Stroud just doing what they have to do to
I
get
think
by
by that
team.
time in the season, CJ Stroud shows you what he's made of.
Oh, you were talking Eagles number 2. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Eagles might be the best team in the NFL, to be honest. I hate saying that. Everyone knows I'm not a Philly.
I think their defensive line is the best in the NFL. Offensive line, they have a breadth of talent, but I do think they take a step back with their schedule.
Yeah, and I'm also curious about the loss of coordinators. That's the only thing I'm really struggling with is the loss of offensive and defensive coordinator. But honestly, I look at that roster and I'm like, where are you guys weak besides maybe running back? I'm like, we'll see. All right, to the NFC West we continue. The Rams are next on my list, so we'll just get them knocked out.
Oh, yeah, this will be a quick one too.
All right, Rams start the season at Seattle, and I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to be a better game because, Stafford and Kupp will be playing.
I know it's preseason, but watching the Rams and hearing their coach go, we have to get better on both lines immediately, just kind of tells you how the season's going to go. Outside of Aaron Donald, what do they have?
If they could I love everyone saying this, makes me so happy. If they could add Jonathan Taylor and have Taylor Swift in the backfield.
Apparently, from all I hear, Taylor is a Miami Dolphin at this point.
Yeah, everything seems like that's where he's headed. I know I've heard there's chances that I forget who the other team was that might jump in, but it just seems like a long shot from what I was reading. So, but they also told him he had to have the deal done. They told him himself he had to have the deal done by the 29th, and tomorrow is that day. So,
right, and that's yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Niners, I'm not even going to hesitate. I know who you're taking, and we know I'm taking the Niners as well. All right, now we've picked a lot of their next games. The Bengals game, we took the Bengals. We both took the Rams week 4 over the Colts.
I'm not so sure anymore. I don't know. If
I'm starting to really believe in Richardson.
I am too. I put some good numbers for him in my bold predictions.
I'll stick with it just because if Jonathan Taylor's not there.
Yeah, that's what we were banking on, is Jonathan Taylor not being there. Then, yeah, I give the Rams a shot here. Let me look at the book.
I wish Cam Akers wasn't still their running back.
Right now, they don't have the odds out, but right now the pick'em is 51% in favor of the Rams. Or sorry, 53% in favor of the Rams.
And then we took the Eagles game. We took the Eagles. Then the next week is the Cardinals. We just took the Rams. The next week is the Steelers. We both have the Steelers. The next week is the Cowboys. We both have the Cowboys. Then it's the Packers. We both have the Packers. In Green Bay. And then a bye week. And then Seattle in L.A. I still am going Seahawks.
I'm going to say this is one the Rams mistakenly win.
DK Metcalf sees shadows of Jalen Ramsey and has another bad game. And then the Rams win. All right, and then this is the one we took the Cardinals over the Rams. And then the Browns game, we took the Browns. I'm going to switch it to the Rams. I know Nick Chubb could have an insane game here, but it's late in the season. Nick Chubb doesn't seem to stay healthy for the entire season. Only Belichick I will take against.
Right now, Cleveland's a 3.5-point favorite on the road, and it's a 53-46 prediction in favor of the Browns.
Are you talking about Kyron Williams? I haven't even seen him in the preseason. Has he been playing? I didn't see his name.
Well, I mean, it's not hard to push Akers for a starting spot when he didn't start for his own team. So
Akers is fucking rough to watch.
He was terrible.
Now I gotta go check if he's been playing because I've been curious about Kyron, but I kind of forget to check the Rams because they're just so bad.
Nottingham, let's go.
So the next, like I said, I took the Rams. Yeah, I know you still have the Browns.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Browns here.
Hold on, I need to pull. I'm trying to find the Rams. I can't even find them. The Ravens, we both took the Ravens. We're not crazy. We both took the Commanders. I am worried about
that now, but I have a feeling that's gonna change.
I am worried about the Terry McLaurin news already.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't pay attention to that when I made a bold prediction about him, so I'm certain to doubt my. I don't doubt it. I think he can do it still, but I think it gets harder.
And then there's the Saints. We both took the Saints. We both took the Giants.
And the Niners to finish.
And
Niners all the way.
to finish. So what do we have them? Just another rough season for them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We both have them in different games, but we both have them 3-14.
It's kind of where I put them. Basically, my cap for them is about 5 wins.
Yeah, because Stafford and Kupp can pull off some bullshit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with McVay, Stafford, and Kupp, and you still have Aaron Donald on the defensive side, like that guy could just take over a game if he wants.
Young's option, big mistake on their part. So, okay, so I agree for the talent side, but the fact that he wasn't healthy again last year through the whole, he didn't come back till late.
He puts up or you shut up. He gets paid or he doesn't.
Yeah, if he comes out and does really well and he wants to stay there, they'll pay him because the league pays pass rushers. But now it's time for him to, like you just said, show it. They have to show it.
What they're doing is playing what I call the betting game in the NFL. They're betting on him having either another injury season or just a down season. They're kind of betting on him being Jadeveon Clowney. What they're saying is, look, you're not as good as we thought you are. We don't want to pay you top dollar. And what he's saying is, I'll show you otherwise.
And you never know, with new ownership coming in, they might like Chase Young.
Right. And if he has a big year, it's going to cost them more. That's the bet. The bet is that he just stays where he is. They're saying, you're going to give us status quo. We don't want to pay you top dollar. And now you're going to get to a point where if he just has a monster season, another team's going to want him, and you're going to have to pay him more to stay because he's going to feel spite. Like that's at the end of the day, athletes are human beings. They have raw talent, and if they think you don't believe in them, they're going to make you pay more for that sheer fact that you didn't believe in them.
Yeah. All right, so the next team I got here is the Niners. This is going to be quick because we've picked every game but the West again. So at Steelers, we have Niners. At Rams, Niners. Giants, Niners. Cardinals, Niners. Cowboys, I have the Cowboys. You have the Niners.
Niners.
Browns, Niners. Vikings, Niners. Bengals, Niners.
I might take that one back.
Oh, I think it's because it's in San Francisco. I think that's the reason we did that.
Yeah, it is in San Fran. But I still might take that one back. Depending on where they're at, they got to lose somewhere.
Yeah, all right, let's keep going. Bye week, Jags. We both took Niners, Bucks, Niners. Here we go. At Seattle, I'm going to take the Seahawks in Seattle. I'll take them in Seattle.
Right now, San Francisco is a 1-point favorite on the road, and it's a 57, almost 57 and a half to 42.3 prediction. Hold on, I got to look back at the schedule here.
The range
in Seattle, I'll give them. I feel like an L here for me.
Derange just asked us a question through the redemption of asking us any question. And my answer is simply the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, who keeps getting put on a team that you think should have been let go of? So basically re-signings. I mean, Baker Mayfield's a good one.
Clowney's another one for me. I'll be honest.
Clowney is, that was a weird move. One for my own team. And it's his first time being re-signed, but I think it's stupid. Actually, no, I can put up two. Dalvin Cook and Zeke Elliott. Dalvin Cook's questionable again. And Zeke, we're going to pay $4 million for no production. I say no production and hope he just blows me out of the water, but I just think these aging running backs that think they're worth $10 million, everybody can read the room. The NFL is a passing league now. Running back that you can do running back by committee on any team.
Yep. San Francisco can even do it without McCaffrey.
Right. So. If you look at who they moved off of just to get McCaffrey, the Carolina Panthers got better after they traded McCaffrey.
Yeah. That running back by committee of those guys was actually really smooth. Shanahan proves it every year.
He's just a genius at making players work. It doesn't matter.
He has a really good way of putting players in his system, and he doesn't.
I mean, look at Deebo Samuel is a great example. He's not a top-end wide receiver, but he's good enough to be a great wide receiver. And then you're like, well, what else are you good at? And in the open field, good luck tackling that guy. So it's like, oh, yeah.
Mike Shanahan indeed was the running back guru, which is why I assume he just let RG3 be a running back. Back to the picks, though. We both took the Seahawks at home against the Niners. So here's the Niners at Philly. I took the Eagles. You took the Niners.
That one might be one I change because I still think the Niners lose like 3 or 4 games, and that would be one. So it's got to be this one or one of the following games, and the only other game I can see it happening is versus the Ravens.
Yeah,
But they have the Ravens at home.
Yeah, they have the Ravens at home, and then Seattle at home.
It is December 3rd, 4:25 at Philly, which makes me think more like lean towards Philly here.
You want me to change that one?
Philly's a 3-point favorite at home, so it means it's basically dead even. Change it now. I think just because I don't see them going that well, even though I think they're one of the teams that can win the Super Bowl, meaning the Niners.
Are you changing any other ones? Or are you sticking with this? Because right now it'd be Seahawks and Eagles, and Niners the rest.
Seahawks, Eagles win.
Yeah.
They have the Ravens at home, so that's.
They also have the Bengals at home. I don't know how they pulled that off.
No, I just think Seahawks, Eagles. I think they beat the Ravens at home.
All right.
Depending on health, I have them winning a ton of. I actually have. I'll announce it now. My Super Bowl pick is the San Francisco 49ers.
You have them 15-2, and I've got them 14-3, and I've got the Eagles 13-4. So I mean, I literally have that game basically deciding things. But granted, I have the Eagles winning it, so not really. Somewhere else. The Eagles losing to the Giants, I think, in week 17 is what we did because we thought, or week 18, because we thought they'd be resting. But if they're only a game behind the Niners, or even with the Niners, that might change.
Yeah, and then you have to play down the stretch. Yeah, which I think is detrimental to the Niners with their general history of injuries.
Yeah. So, but I do think that for me, I think. I mean, I'll be honest. I have the Eagles going to the Super Bowl again against the Bengals this time. But I do think the Niners are the NFC title game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
But all right. So because of that, we have picked every game for Seattle because we picked their entire division now. So now I just got to put a record in for Seattle. I'm already done that one.
Well done.
So the losses, for those who are curious, that we have for Seattle, Dot has the Lions beating Seattle. We both have the Bengals. I had the Browns, but I'm changing that. I don't know what the fuck I was smoking. I will actually be taking the Lions as well because I think I don't know what I was doing there. Yeah, I'll take the Lions for sure here. It's in Detroit. It's early in the season, so it's before Detroit gets injured. Yeah, I'll take the Lions. So we have the Lions, the Bengals. He has the Rams and Ravens beating the Seahawks. I don't know why, but I have the Seahawks winning against the Ravens.
I think the Rams is one of those fluke games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a division rival game. They happen all the time. We both have the Niners the second time, though, and then I have the Eagles. He has the Seahawks in that game. So
I think that was kind of one of those ones where I'm like, Philadelphia has to lose a game here. At least in my prediction for Philly. I still have Philly really high, but it's just one of those games where I'm like, they have to lose somewhere. This would be the best shot.
All right. So, I mean, we're close. I have it 13-4. You have it 12-5. I honestly think 12-5 is better. 11-6 or 12-5. Yeah. So one of those will just be a slip.
I think we probably over predicted them, but
yeah, it's just so much excitement with that offense with the rookie running back sitting behind what's his name from Michigan State and that Kenneth Walker. And then you got you have the wide receiver room, which is insane. Like it's just so much excitement. And then the defense with Trey Woolen and the rookie they drafted,
Tariq
Woolen this year with the rookie opposite of him. And then you get Jamal Adams back in the safety room. Like it's just so much excitement in Seattle. It's hard to like really get a gather of where they're going to really be. And Pete Carroll being the second best backup in the NFL. Like, all right, so we're going to do something new we've never done. We're going to give you guys 2 bold predictions for every team in the NFL. This will be interesting because these are fun. we're very logical people that
they don't
think
work with my brain.
statistically. Yeah, so these are a little hard for us, but we're gonna roll it and we're gonna see how it works out. So
where do you want to start?
we can either do it alphabetically or we can just start by conferences. It's your choice.
Yeah, I have them separated by AFC, NFC. So,
all right, so we'll start AFC just the way we did it and come back around. So we'll go AFC. Just give me a team and we'll go with it.
Let's go AFC West.
All right, which team do you want to start with?
Go with the Broncos.
Okay. All right. Give me your first one. I'll give you my first one after.
I think Broncos replaced their GM during the season.
They have a GM?
Yeah.
Honestly thought Elway was doing literally everything.
I think right now, is it George Payton?
That might be right. Actually, I've heard that
I think
name,
it's George Payton right now, and with them getting Sean Payton as a coach and new ownership, I think it's just a matter of time. Especially once they start underperforming, which I think will happen.
Okay. So with Jerry Jeudy already being out and expected to miss some time to start the season, I'm going to say the Broncos underperform again, and they shop Javonte Williams.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because the running backs don't get love, so they might just move him early.
I'm not so sure with Sean Payton they do that, but I could see it happening. I actually had that as one of them. I'm not going to put it up there. At one point, I was thinking that Denver signs an available running back.
It's possible.
But I threw that out the window because I think with Jerry Jeudy being hurt, kind of like you said, I think Mims Jr. will lead the team in targets this season.
Who? You think Mims Jr., you said? I guess that makes sense. Right? Like, who's their other one? Cortland Sutton? We know he'll get hurt.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton get hurt a lot, and Russell Wilson doesn't like the middle of the field.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
Mims Jr. is more like Tyler Lockett, and that's kind of where Russell Wilson likes to throw the ball.
Yeah. My bold prediction is going to go the opposite of what you just said, to be honest. Just because, again, with those two injured, I forgot Mims was on the team, but with those two being injured often, I'm going to say, for me, my bold prediction is Albert O leads the team in receiving.
Okay. By the way, Tyreek Woolen has shortened his name. It is now Reek Woolen.
Okay.
Just so you know.
That helps me so much when I call him Trey all the time. Now it's got to be the other way. It's got to be the end of it.
Or maybe it's Rick. It's R-I-Q, so it might be Rick Coolin. Or Woolen.
I don't know. All right. All right. What team in the West are we going to next?
The Chiefs.
All right. Oh, this will be interesting. Give it to me. Give one to me.
Nick Bolton will lead the league in tackles.
Nick Bolton leads the league in tackles. Okay.
I think it's a stretch enough. I think he's pretty close. He's probably like top 7, 8 last year. And he's just a player that keeps improving. I think their defense, other than him, especially if Jones doesn't play,
which sounds like it won't.
He said he's willing to sit out 8 games, and ownership said do it.
Yeah, and Andy Reid just said we'll move on. He goes, we just got to move on. It's the business of the game.
That's, like I said, these players, when you tell them that, even if they come back, they're not going to be what they were.
Nope, they will not.
So I think Nick Bolton steps up here because he kind of has to, because without Jones, that defense suffers immensely.
I agree. All right. I need to fact check mine real quick, so give me a second.
Nah, you're just thinking of Jerry Jones. That's why.
Who's thinking of Jerry Jones?
Tesco said, nah, he's a Jones. They don't change.
Mine is interesting, but Justin Ross, besides Travis Kelce, Justin Ross leads the Chiefs in receiving yards.
Oh, see, I have MVS leading the team in receiving yards.
I like MVS, especially as a Packers fan. I've always been an MVS kind of guy, but I know that Mahomes absolutely loves Justin, and he's slowly working his way through the depth chart in preseason. So I'm like, you know what? This is his opportunity. I mean, I could be way wrong, and he could do nothing, but I'm just giving him his opportunity.
I think MVS and Sky Moore have really good years.
I love Sky Moore's talent.
Just because you're playing with Mahomes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he just can't keep fumbling the fucking football. That's his biggest issue.
Yeah.
Because Andy Reid won't stick for that shit. But, all right, give me your number 2.
The Chiefs won't win their division.
Oh, what? All righty. All right, since this is going on social media, who's winning the division? Is that going to be their bold prediction for the team?
That's my bold prediction, and you know who I'm taking in this division.
All right.
I'm taking the Chargers, baby. Let's go. And I think it has a big part to do with the Jones drama. Their defense, if he doesn't play, I feel like their defense finishes in the bottom quarter of the NFL. Their defense wasn't that good last year when you go back and look at the stats. They have one guy who can really get home, and now he's upset and he's not going to play. Good luck. I know everybody thinks that and this is bold. This could be completely wrong. I don't actually believe this 100%, but I think with what's going on with the team, we've criticized Buffalo for what you're hearing out of Stephon Diggs. I think Chris Jones is way more important than Stephon Diggs. Your offense is great, but if you get into a shootout with Joe Burrow and you don't have Chris Jones, what are you going to do? Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I mean, it's a bold prediction, but I actually like it a lot.
I don't think it's not fixable, but I just think in the current situation, it's less bold than people think.
All right. My bold is Trent McDuffie becomes a top 5 corner in the NFL.
Not wrong. Like, I can agree with you on that.
I know people have him like around 15. I think he becomes a top 5 this year. I think he breaks through. He looks phenomenal. And
again, if you don't have Jones, you're going to get more action down the field.
It's also true.
So I have one extra here that's more of a joke, but I thought it was pretty funny, so I have to bring it up.
Okay.
Jackson Mahomes will put out one tweet from jail.
All right. I love it.
Right. Can we make it a tweet / TikTok? It might be one of those TikTok videos of like the whole jail doing a Thriller out in the yard.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you. I just need that. That's like a prop bet, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I need to look at the clock on this so I know exactly where to come back to. About 50.
Come on now. That was a good one.
About 45 to 50 minutes, I think we should say, is where I should probably be able to find these clips.
This was 58 where we...
I'm talking about all of our bolds, so I think it'll be about 10 minutes-ish. All right.
Okay.
All right. Who do you got next after the Chiefs? Raiders or Chargers? Give it to me.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Dicker the kicker will be 95% or better from 50+.
Wait, 95% or better?
From 50+.
They just traded a kicker today. Hopkins. They traded
Yeah, yes.
Hopkins to the Browns, and Browns cut Cade York for some reason. I don't know.
Well, Hopkins is good if he's not hurt.
I know, but Cade's only a second-year player, and he was
I
making
know.
50
Kate York's
yarders
going to get
last year.
picked up by somebody who needs a kicker.
Yeah, pretty quick. All right. I mean, mine is kind of a bold prediction, but not really. I guess it's bold depending who you ask. Justin Herbert wins MVP.
Oh, good. Not there yet. Got to see him 1 year with his new coach.
Yeah, I was watching what he did with Quentin. Not him. What Easton Stick's been able to do with Quentin Johnson makes me really excited for what someone like Herbert could do with Quentin Johnson.
Well, it's funny because I had other ones like listed that I deleted. Obviously, I think obviously I said Chiefs don't win, so I think the Chargers win the division. So that would be bold to say, but I already said Chiefs don't win the division, so I can't use that twice. I toyed with like Herbert takes the next step. He's a top 4 quarterback in the league. Didn't want to do that. So this is more bold than both of those. Mike Williams will miss less than 3 games this year.
Wow. To be honest, that is surprising.
That's bold. That's bold.
As dumb as that is to say, that's a bold prediction, but that's a bold prediction.
Yep. I was like, the other one I could have thrown out there, just to be honest, was that just entirely the LA Chargers don't get bit by the injury bug this year, because it seems like every year, they are just injury ridden.
Yes, they are, and it's very unfortunate, to be honest. This next one's hard, but I'm gonna believe in it, and I'm gonna say Eric Kendricks leads the league in tackles for me.
I like that pick. Him on that defense, I think that's a boost to their defense big time.
I agree. I think he's what they've always needed in the middle.
He was always a monster for Minnesota. I just don't understand why they let him go.
Minnesota made so many mistakes this season in the off season at their defensive end. It's crazy on the defensive side of the ball. All right, Raiders won. This will be interesting because I have a lot of things I could say about the Raiders.
You ready for my first bold game prediction?
Yeah.
Meyer and Garoppolo don't miss a game.
Michael Mayer and Garoppolo don't miss a game.
That's bold. That's bold. Looking at you, darling.
That is a bold take.
That's as bold as they get, buddy. That's as bold as they get.
That is a bold take. All right. I don't know. I had a hard time with the Raiders, to be honest, because they're really not.
Getting Jacobs back is huge, but where does that actually land them?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what
because I wanted to be like Jacobs again finishes as top running back in the league, but I don't know if he's fully committed.
All right, it's bold. I mean, it's really bold. They have 3 1,000-yard receivers.
At least she heard me. I know she heard me. That just makes my night.
Oh, I didn't see it. Shut up, Dot. Michael Mayer isn't. He hasn't even played in the preseason. For all we know, he's dealing with an injury.
Right. They're like, we got to nurse this for the next 6 weeks. Limited snaps.
But yeah, 3 1,000-yard receivers. I'll go with it. Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, and the little man Hunter Renfrow, if I have to double down on who they are. But I looked and he's not on the. I know.
Listen, you don't tell everybody your secrets.
Yeah, he could just. I don't know. Otherwise, if he's a rookie tight end, I don't know why you wouldn't have him in the games otherwise. And your second one?
And my second one. Crosby will finish in the top 3 in the league in sacks.
Okay. I like that.
Not as much of a stretch as my first prediction. I needed a closer prediction. But I think that one's kind of satisfactory. I think he was he's probably top 10 last year, but not near top 5, like maybe 8, 7.
Okay, I like it. Regardless if they picked him up as a free agent, Marcus Peters gets cut before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I know they have him listed as their number 2 right now at corner, but all right. What team in the AFC next? Division, I mean, but team as well.
The next one I have listed is the AFC North.
All right, give me a team.
Start with the Ravens. Give me 1 second. I got to check on my dog. She's at the door pawing, so give me 2 seconds. You go, and I'll be right back.
All right. Well, the Ravens, this might not be a shock to a lot of people if they hear me talk about the Ravens. Listening to me talk about the Ravens is interesting because I live in this area and I don't always listen to what they say around here. But I know they paid the big man Odell a lot of money. But Zay Flowers leads the entire team in receiving. That's my bold prediction, number 1. I don't believe in Odell being healthy for a full season. I don't believe he is what he used to be. And Rashad Bateman being healthy for a full season has yet to be done. So I just can't even say that one. So I do. I know he's a rookie and I know he's playing in the slot, but I think he leads the team in receiving this year. And I hope to God I'm right because it would be awesome. Love him. I absolutely love him. Probably shouldn't say that. We have a fantasy draft coming up, but whatever. Everyone knows I'm a big fan that listens. I think he's going to be a big difference maker.
So was that I heard Zay Flowers leading the team?
In receiving, yeah.
I actually had something written down similar. I didn't pick a player, but I said someone other than Jackson or Andrews will lead the team in yards. But that's not one of mine. I threw out a bunch of ideas, so I did have that written down at one point.
Yeah, I just think he beats Odell and Rashad Bateman, like I said. And
I went way more bold with the Ravens.
All right, let's hear it.
Justin Tucker will miss 2 extra points this year.
They better be blocked.
I went bold.
All right, I'll continue for this team with mine. Here's a Notre Dame guy for you. Ronnie Stanley only plays in 4 games.
Ooh. I like the specificity there.
He only played in 5 last year.
He's had a lot of injuries recently.
He hasn't made a full season since his rookie season. I don't want it to happen, but I just honestly think the Ravens better be prepared for somebody to be backing him up again, like they had to last year. I got Macari. Anyway.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
The Ravens defense will have 50+ sacks this year total.
I mean, that is a very fast-paced, hungry defense. I like it.
I just think they have a lot of weaponry there where they can just bring dudes at you. I mean,
yeah, if you look at people might say 50 sacks is crazy, but I mean, you're fair. Like if you look at the team, Matabuki can get a couple sacks at D tackle. You still have Jadeveon Clowney, David Ajobo, Odafe Owea, Patrick Queen will be making some runs.
Linebackers that can do the same thing,
and then Tyus Bowser. You'll have Kyle Hamilton sneak into the backfield every now and then out of the safety. Yeah, I think that's actually it's bold because 50 is a lot for a team, but that's one of the teams that can do it.
That's it was one of the ones where I was like, it's a lot. It's a lot of sacks, but they can. Their defense can do it.
And I will say one more just for funsies. It's not for this season, but just so people can hear me say it before anyone else says it. Andrew Voorhees, the guy they drafted in the last round of the draft, who isn't going to play this year because he tore his ACL at the combine. He's a left guard or a right guard, depending on where they want to use him. I will say it now. In his first full season next year, will be the all-pro left or right guard for the NFL. First team all-pro next year. I just want to say it. I believe fully 100% he is the freak of nature at offensive line. But anyway.
So just for reference, 60 plus to 72 sacks. Only 3 teams have done it post 2000. 2013 Panthers, 60. Sorry, 4 teams. 2006 Chargers had 61. Saints 2000 team had 66. And last year the Eagles had 70.
Wow, Mace Saxonville wasn't on that list. Remember 5 years ago, they were called Saxonville because Jacksonville was getting so many sacks.
And they're not even on the list.
That's crazy.
Of the most, 84 Bears had the most ever at 72.
Yeah. Next NFC.
50, I think we're good.
Next AFC North team.
Bengals.
I figured as much, but I had to ask because it's the best 2 teams in the division, so why not? All right, give her to me. Give me your number 1 while I type them up.
Burrow will be sacked top 3 in the NFL.
Burrow, top 3 sacked NFL.
I still think they win a ton of games, but I just think he just takes a ton of sacks.
Okay. Mine is hold on, I'm scrolling through my list to see what I said for them. Their defense bottom 5 in the NFL.
Actually, not a bad pick, to be honest with you.
Yeah, in other words, regardless that we think they're going to win a lot of games and be a real contender, they're going to have to play a lot of offensive shootouts.
Yeah. That's actually where my next bold prediction goes. It kind of feeds off of what you were saying and what I said about him getting sacked, is that they average over 27 points per game.
Okay. And my next one is, where is it? Is that Joe Mixon does not lead the team in rushing.
Goes against something I thought of, but I didn't put. I didn't. It didn't end up sticking. But originally, I put Mixon has 10 plus touchdowns.
I meant yards. He might be a good red zone back this year. I don't see him being the guy to spread the field anymore.
Well, especially with no real backup at this point.
Yeah, I know they drafted a rookie, and I don't know who the rookie is. I think it's Jacob Sailors, if I remember correctly. Yeah, out of Eastern Tennessee. I know a lot of Bengals fans in the Bengals chat rooms love him, so maybe that's the guy. I don't know. He's 3rd or 4th on their depth chart right now, so I don't know.
What's his name?
Jalen Sailors.
So
Jacob Sailors.
Right now, their depth chart reads Joe Mixon.
Oh, mine he's 5th.
Chris Evans, Chase Brown, Travion Williams, 1 through 4. So yeah, he's 5th.
Yeah. So but like I said, I don't know who it would be, but I just have a weird feeling Mixon's going to have an off year, all that off season shit. But all right, Browns or Steelers?
Let's go Steelers.
Okay, give me numero uno.
I mean it's bold, right? I don't know if it happens, but they missed the playoffs.
Okay. I hate saying it because I actually really like Firemouth, but Dwayne Washington leads the tight end room at the end of the year. He's the number one tight end.
I could see it. Again, it's bold, but I could see it. I know Freiermuth just has like a huge following.
I think he's a really good player. That kid was so good at Georgia. But
yeah, no, I could see it happening. Like I said, Freiermuth has a following, but his skill set is somewhat limited.
he reminds me of Heath a lot for them. But I don't know. Darnell right now is 4th on their depth chart, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know. At least the one I just pulled up.
Okay.
Who fucking knows? But anyway, go ahead.
All right. George Pickens will have 10 plus touchdowns this season.
That kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm about to say. George Pickens is in the top 7 in receiving categories.
So
yards,
basically, like top
touchdowns.
7 overall wide receiver.
Yep.
That contested catches number is hard to ignore, dude.
Yep. Even and I actually think Pickett has really shown me something in the preseason. I wasn't sure he was going to take the next step. He looked pretty good in the preseason. I know it's just preseason, but Pickett actually stepped up. And if he just throws to Pickens even more this year, dude, that guy is going to skyrocket.
So what I did when you gave us this as a category, right? I gave 4 for every team and just kind of picked my top 2.
Yeah.
I actually had one as Pickett has breakout year doubles TD count from last year.
I could agree with that as well.
So I that wasn't one I put in, but it was one that I had there. I just think the Pickens thing is a little bit more of a sure bet, but it goes hand in hand with Pickens having touchdowns as Pickett has to throw them to him.
Yeah, we're not Ryan Clark crazy. Ryan Clark claiming George Pickens is better than Justin Jefferson. We're not that crazy, but
okay, maybe at contested catches because he was number 1 as a rookie.
I agree, but he said he's an overall better receiver.
Overall, he's not better.
Yeah. But all right,
listen, maybe we need to get better at hot takes so we get these $1 million jobs.
Yeah,
and then we can bring sensibility to the fucking league. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, give me the Browns. My number 1's crazy, but people are going to be like, it's possible, but no one's going to say it on real TV.
All right. Watson will have a TD ratio of 1-to-1.
TD interception ratio 1-1?
Yep.
Man, we're going hand in hand with each other, buddy. TD INT ratio. Like I said, we're going hand in hand. After a real bad struggle at the beginning of the season, my prediction is that Dorian Thompson-Robinson will be the starter by the end of the year.
I hate you so much. That was one of my other ones. I hate you so much. But I won't. This was one of mine. I won't use it here. But I had Dorian Thompson-Robinson will start a minimum of 3 games.
Yeah, I don't know how many for me. I just think by the end of the year, he will be their starter.
I should have said, well, I can't say that because I should have said Watson will have less TDs and interceptions combined than massages. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Or massage therapists in total number. I don't know. Like one of those numbers makes sense. At the same time, I think Deshaun Watson struggles mightily through the year. I think Chubb will have 15 plus combined TDs.
15 plus total.
He was probably, I mean, they had some rough scoring last year. And mind you, Watson didn't start 11 of the games. So I think he ended up right around 10 last year. So for him to go plus 5, pretty big. I think it's doable. I don't think it's as bold, but I think it's doable.
All right. Well, his injury problems have always been a problem, but here comes my bold, and this is one of my more bold. Myles Garrett breaks the sack record for a single season.
That's huge. See, I debated putting him as like defensive player of the year,
Which would probably earn him that as well, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But
I debated that thought,
But with Zadarius Smith now on the other side, where you can't double him anywhere near as much as you could,
he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the TJ Watt problem, right? Like if you can't double him, and sometimes even if you can, he's still getting through.
Yeah, but with Cam Hayward being good when he's on, it's impossible to double him. You can't let Cam Hayward run reckless. So
you got Cam Hayward, Zadarius Smith now, and TJ Watt. Or not TJ Watt, Myles Garrett.
But yeah. But I was talking about like that's the reason you can't double TJ Watt is Cam Hayward's on the other side. But
yeah, when you have two, it makes it that much harder. Even you saw it in Arizona, as bad as they've been.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have two elite pass rushers, good luck because somebody's getting through, so it limits your time. And against teams that don't have like the biggest problem with somebody like Kenny Pickett, if we're speaking about the Steelers, if you don't have that time and you're a guy who holds onto the ball longer on average than anybody else, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, and you face the Ravens and the Browns pass rushers now.
Yeah.
So
I just want to see if Myles Garrett tops his Halloween front lawn ornaments this year.
South or east, by the way?
I got South next.
All right, team.
Texans.
Oh boy. All right, give me a second. I have these in a notepad and I gotta scroll and I just do the Control F search. All right, we're good.
All right. You or me.
Go ahead.
Defense will finish top 5 in points against.
Holy Jesus. Like top 5 good, right? Like not bad.
Yeah. Top 5 good.
Okay. All righty.
It's not as much of a stretch as you think it is.
I mean, the coach is there. I don't know if the parts are there.
They were 8th last year.
Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Damn. They were so bad against the run. I guess I just didn't think of it. This is hard for me because I really like this team. Will Anderson wins Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay. I have somebody else picked, but not a bad pick.
All right, go ahead.
The team. Ready? This is bold. QBs combined will have less than 15 interceptions.
All right.
Listen, if Stroud gets hurt and Davis Mills goes in, that number is exponential.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. So Davis Mills can only play in like 3 games tops for you. Got it.
Yeah, and CJ Stroud has to throw 3 interceptions the rest of the year.
Okay. I know it's a risk because of his health issues, but Tank Dell
and John good.
Tank Dell and John Mechie are 1-2 for the Texans by the end of the year. And Robert Woods is either cut or traded by the end of the year.
I can take that. 100%. Even Nico Collins looked good for a little bit.
I love Tank Dell as a rookie. Even though he's a rookie, it's risky, but I think he's going to just.
He's finding a ton of space.
He is just, yeah. I don't know if it's his speed or his actual physicality, but he is just open.
Yeah, somebody was talking about it yesterday. I don't remember who I was listening to, but they're like, people who just kind of break the mold. He does. Like, he just finds space.
Yep. And I love Mechie as a deep threat. So if Stroud can get the ball deep, I think he's the guy.
It plays into my next bold prediction.
Oh, you give me 3 for the Texans. I love it. Go ahead.
Over 4,100 passing yards.
Ooh, okay. All right, I'll give you a third because I've got plenty.
I had 4 for these guys. I couldn't let that one go since what you said. I was like, all right.
Dalton Schultz becomes top 5 tight end.
Yep, that kind of plays into what I was saying.
Yep, I think he's going to have a really good season this year in Houston.
I think Stroud's going to rely on him more than people think.
Yep, it's a comfort. Tight end is a comfort for a rookie quarterback, and I think that's going to be huge.
And it's hard to find tight ends with real sure hands.
Yep, I agree.
He's one of them. So we kind of played into each other's strat there.
All right, next South team.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Go ahead.
Richardson rushes for 900 plus yards.
Love it. Love it. All right. All right. For me, it is Shaq Leonard wins comeback player of the year.
You have to be present to win that.
I think he's going to be playing this season. I mean, he's healthy right now, so I'm going to give it to him. Next one.
Okay. Yannick Ngakoue, 12 plus sacks.
Is he still on the roster?
I thought he was. I'm pretty sure I looked at the depth chart, but maybe not.
He might be injured right now. I don't know. When I went to their depth chart, he's not on the depth chart, but he could be just simply injured.
Let me see. Okay, I may have. I have other ones. Let me make sure I wasn't, looking at the wrong thing. No, he was traded, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think you. Let's find out. Yannick. I thought he retired, maybe. Maybe
he did.
No, he's a Bear.
Oh, okay. All right. Remove that one. I'll give you another one.
Okay.
JT doesn't play, and he's traded at the deadline.
So you think he's not gonna get the deal done by their deadline tomorrow. So that makes sense. And then holds out and then goes to the deadline. That makes sense. Okay. I like that though. That's bold because they probably won't, like I said, they don't want to trade him. So that's bold. Right. Okay. Yeah, I was going to try and do something else on defense since I already went defense, but I can't. I'm joining you here, but it's a little different. Anthony Richardson breaks the rookie touchdown passing record.
Everybody says his arm's the real deal.
I think he breaks. I don't know how many it is. I don't actually remember the number. I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head anymore. But I think that will be my bold prediction. He will break the passing touchdown record. And he could even break the rookie rushing record. I don't know what the fuck that is either for a quarterback. But all right, you go ahead and name the team, and then your first one, I'll be right back. The heat's on, and I don't know why. I'm fucking sweating, so I'll be right back.
All right, so it's the Tennessee Titans. That's the next team here. And I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins will underperform and only play in 12 games during the season.
Rude. Okay. Will Levis is the starter by week 5.
I love it. I love it. I just love it. And I'm just going to...
With his Hellman's mayonnaise commercial coming on. Since he signed a lifetime deal with Hellman's mayonnaise.
I did see that. Now he's comfortable, you know.
All right, and your next one, or your last one, because this team is too bad to even think of more.
Tennessee's O-line is bottom 5 in the NFL. Overall, across the board.
Okay. Mine is Jeffrey Simmons.
Ooh.
Is runner-up Defensive Player of the Year.
I had thoughts about Simmons. I mean, he's just so good. He's just on a piss poor team.
Yep, 100%. All right, and Jags are the last one.
And that leaves the Jags.
This will be interesting. The Jags. Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars will lead the NFL in points for.
All right. All right. I like it.
It's
It's
bold.
bold as hell, but I like it. Okay. Calvin Ridley,
Yes.
top 3 in NFL in touchdown receptions.
Oh, it goes hand in hand with my next stat, which goes hand in hand with my first stat as well.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence will have 30 plus combined touchdowns.
Okay. 30 plus. Hold on, let me put that in. I have 30. Let's make sure I make it so it's plus.
Yeah, so like 31 essentially is the breaker. 30 or 31.
I could see 40 easily, to be honest.
Depending on how they play, I think last year he was right around 24, 25 maybe, so it's not that far of a stretch considering what they've done. But I kind of put him in like he could race for MVP.
Okay, I like it. All right, this is a weird one, but I have to put it out there. Tank Bigsby.
I love the Tanks.
Tank Bigsby winds up taking 40% of ETN's touches.
I think it's bold, but I think they'll get there. I think he's underrated.
He's looked so good too in the preseason.
Yeah.
So good. All right. All that's left is the East. So which team are you going to?
Buffalo Bills.
Oh boy. Go ahead, because mine's going to piss off every Bills fan on the planet.
Dalton Kincaid will be the starting tight end by week 6.
Okay. By the way, this first game of the season, since you said Bills, first game of the season, because people might not know their names, James Dalvin Cook will be the starting running back for the Bills, and there is a chance that Dalvin James Cook is the starting running back for the Jets against each other, because apparently their middle names are just each other's first names.
Listen, if you're gonna pair them together like brothers, how else would you do it?
I just thought that was so weird when I read that today. That wasn't the weirdest thing I read though. Rich Eisen asked Dion, I think it was somebody, if because Trayvon Diggs and Stephon Diggs are going to play against each other this year, and Eisen said, "Is this the first time brothers have ever covered each other in the NFL?" And Dion, I think it was Dion, but said, "Do you mean two black guys?" And I was like, "Bro, clearly he meant relatives." Like I was like, "Come on."
That went
man.
over his head, but he's thinking about the 86 new starters he has in Colorado. You know.
Yeah.
So,
How's the
whatever.
sports talk going, Kiwi? It's going well. We're having a good time tonight.
Dion
We
brought
always
his
have a
Louis
good time.
Vuitton luggage to Colorado, but can't remember his own players' names. Whatever.
Dion's just having a good old time out there. I love Dion. I didn't like him that much as a player because I just is such a. I mean, arrogance is a good thing to a degree.
Yeah.
But it's just it was so over the
Yeah,
top.
when you border
sometimes.
narcissism, it's not so good.
By the way, I don't know if you saw First Takes or Undisputed's new crew.
Richard Sherman?
Their new crew is insane. No, it's more. It was supposed to be just Sherman and then a Lil Wayne when he could fit it in, but it's Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, Lil Wayne, and Skip.
What, is Skip a drug dealer?
It's a 5-person booth, and it's the craziest 5 people. I'm like, what the? And Skip started Undisputed off.
Give me some more, Skip. Give me some more.
Skip started Undisputed off with going, "My Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship game. Welcome back to Undisputed." And I was like, you are fucking stupid.
No wonder Shannon left.
Yeah, Shannon's now with Stephen A. And then he signed.
And then Pat McAfee signed with ESPN.
Yeah, and then Shannon also just signed a multi-year, some-odd $1 million deal with Coherd because Coherd runs a podcast group called Volume Sports. And now he's joining that too. And I was like, good for you, Shannon.
On top of McAfee moving to ESPN, Ian Rappaport, who is a regular on his show, got his own show on NFL Plus.
That's cool. I love Rappaport. He's a really good. All right. Sorry. So you said Kincaid is starting tight end by week 6?
Yep.
All right. I just wrote Dalton Kincaid and then we started talking. So hold on. Okay. This team is really kind of rough, to be honest. But I will be kind of bold, I guess. Bills offense isn't top 5 in scoring.
I actually like it because it plays into my next one.
I know they've been for years now with Josh Allen, but they're not top 5 in scoring this year. All right, go ahead.
Josh Allen is top 5 in the league in interceptions and holds the title 2 years in a row for most red zone interceptions.
Out of curiosity, do you think it is the loss of Brian Dable?
I think it's partially that. I think he's almost relied upon too heavily with his legs. So then when he can't use his legs, he throws the ball into very precarious spots. And Dayball can't talk him out of that anymore. And nobody's going to talk that out of him.
Okay. I like it. Especially with a defensive-minded head coach there. It just losing Dayball really hurts. No, I like it. It's risky. And I know Bills fans are one of the most passionate groups in the world. And they probably hate us, but
listen, these are bold. These aren't meant to be accurate.
All right, on to the other side. I have to go to the other side of the ball here. Bills defense.
I got a puppy again. Give me 1 second.
Bills defense finishes between 12 and 15 in points allowed. And I know that sounds nuts after how good they've been. But that linebacking core, if Matt Milano gets hurt again, is pretty freaking bad. And linebackers are so crucial to that center of that defense. And letting Tremaine Edmonds leave was very risky. With Matt Milano aging, he's been around for a while. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Ludwig Kaiser just kicked the crap out of fucking Chad Gable. I know it's random as hell, but I still have WWE on.
Okay, sorry. I actually heard that call, and I had a prediction. I just couldn't quantify it about the Bills' defense regressing.
Huh?
Like
Does
in
that help?
points against for sure. So
Darlene asked for she redeemed most current, most underrated NFL player.
most current underrated NFL player.
I'm going to be 100% honest. It's very fucking random because he's an offensive lineman, but it's Creed Humphrey for me. He's the best center in the NFL, and nobody talks about him. Fucking love him. I know that's not exciting because it's an offensive lineman, but
It probably is mostly fucking offensive linemen, to be honest with you, when you go underrated.
yeah. I mean, there are some, obviously that some other players that get under the radar because media tends to not care about certain teams. But like Jeffrey Simmons, no one talks about him. But guy's a freak. But anyway,
I don't know if he's the most underrated, but I mean, you have to throw him into the underrated conversation because he just never gets talked about. And it's probably T. Higgins.
Love T. Higgins. I almost said that was almost one of my bold predictions. He has more receiving yards than Jamar Chase this year. I almost said that.
He obviously he benefits from having Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, but like if you don't have him, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow aren't the same. Again, I could probably name a bunch of linemen, a few safeties, but I think he doesn't get a lot of talk. But if we're talking football and then fantasy football, he's a great addition to any team.
Yep, 100%.
Because Jamar Chase is going to get drafted higher.
100%.
But he might get more yards, more receptions. I
mean, a lot of Chase's yards are just literally yards after catch. T. Higgins does a lot of the,
dirty
first down pickups, dirty work type yards. Yeah. All right. So who's your team besides the next team after the Bills for the AFC East?
I got the Pats listed.
All right. This will be interesting just because you're a Pats fan. I'm kind of intrigued to hear your bolds for them.
This is real bold, baby. Zeke's going to have 8+ touchdowns.
I'm assuming you're going with running red zone battering ram.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. That's bold, but I can see it at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think this is that bold, kind of like as bold as KC not winning their division, but
okay. This is a little bold, but I don't know how bold people think it is, but I think it's bold. Devontae Parker has 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns.
1,200 yards? Holy shit. You were going over. I don't know what you were smoking, but all right.
I think he goes back to his prime Miami days.
You do know they averaged like 85 yards passing per game last year, right?
I know. I honestly have a lot of faith in Mac Jones this year.
I actually really like it. Plays into my next one, which I actually like Mac Jones with his new coordinator, an actual coordinator.
Exactly why I like him.
So I think they make steps on the offense, and I actually said they're going to move from 85 yards passing to at least 125 plus per game. I think they're going to be a team heavily reliant on the run, but I think they can go up, 30% in passing.
Okay. And my other one is Matt Judon Second in the league in sacks. No, that's not that bold. He was second last year. Never mind.
In what?
In sacks. That's not that bold. Hold on.
Okay.
We got to keep it bold. Okay. All right. Malik Cunningham. I don't know why I typed this up earlier, but I'm going with it. Malik Cunningham leads Pats in all-purpose yards.
That I kind of like that a lot, because when somebody interviewed him like a week and a half ago, and he's like, if they want to play me at wide receiver, I'm playing wide receiver.
He's been all over the place this preseason, so fuck it.
He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, Taysom Hill style.
Yeah, except for he's like 8 times faster than Taysom Hill. So right. I love watching it. I love watching it so much. All right, go ahead for your next team. Is it Jets or Dolphins?
Dolphins.
All righty. Go ahead.
The Dolphins will lead the league in rushing yards.
Huh? I'm keeping that in the clip.
With JT almost being certain. And aging Jeff Wilson.
And Raheem Mostert, yeah.
And Raheem Mostert. I could see it.
They send one of them to Indy, right? Like they're not going to.
Yeah, they're going to send one of them. I don't know which one, but I would think that's the trade-off.
Okay. I have one for the Dolphins, but I'm going to save it because it also goes with another team, and I'm going to put it on that other team.
Okay.
So this one is interesting, but I've got to roll it. Dolphins. Hold on. Got to make sure I have this right. Okay. Dolphins take a step back and finish 5 games under 500.
Bold.
Yeah, it's bold, but I have nothing to believe in right now in that offense.
I actually wrote down Dolphins miss the playoffs, ?
All right, next one.
Jalen Phillips will have 10-plus sacks.
Ooh, I like that a lot. I was looking at him and who's the guy they traded for last year? Bradley Chubb. And I was like, man, now that they have a full year together. All right,
I don't think that's so much of a stretch, but it's still, according to his numbers, it's a stretch.
Yeah, he hasn't taken that step yet, so that's nice. Oh man, this team is hard to figure out 2 for because I'm, like I said, giving the one or the other, but I will do this. Devon Achane, I think that's how you say his name, the rookie running back. Unless Jonathan Taylor actually goes to Miami, then I will say second. I'll just say it this way. Runs for 700 yards.
Okay, could you see a package where they send Mostert and Wilson?
I could indeed.
Yeah. See, I don't think it's a bad package. If Indy's looking for return.
That like a second. There you go.
With JT, Miami's going to play on, look, not only do we get him in a trade, but we also have to give him a contract. So you take these 2 contracts, we keep Jonathan Taylor and our rookie. I think it's kind of a good package, to be honest with you. That's why I think the Miami thing is so pertinent to like the conversation, because Indy's looking for return and to unload, and they're going to take on 2 lesser salaries at that point.
Yeah, it would be lesser salaries. It wouldn't be much with the combination of the 2 because they both
get 2 for 1. Good.
Yeah, exactly. And it would still be slightly less. So I mean,
in Miami, they were both good when they were healthy.
Well, more so in San Francisco.
Well, yeah, but
All right, now the Jets.
all right. Bold prediction
I'm
number 1.
curious how this is going to go.
CJ Mosley, top 5 in tackles in the league.
Top 5. Okay, I'm brain dead.
I think he hovers right around 10 to 12 normally. So it's a step.
Especially lately, the past couple of years, yeah. All right. Mine eats me up. It really eats me up, but I got to do it because everything I've seen is just so incredible. Aaron Rodgers finishes runner-up to Herbert in MVP.
Ooh, not bad. Not bad.
The way he's been so positive with everyone around him and he's been loving everything and helping people grow, I just have to believe that he's taking that step again.
I like it. I mean, I think Aaron might finish with a passer rating above 100 this year.
Is that a bold prediction or
no?
Okay.
It was something I had written down, but I don't want that. My bold prediction is that they make the AFC Championship.
Ooh. Jets make AFC Championship. Okay. Okay, I like that. I didn't really
Might not
think
work
that it
considering
would.
I have the Chargers winning it, but
This is such a dumb random one. I can't lie. I'm sorry to Jets fans how random this is. Dalvin Cook is traded the day of the deadline.
I could see it happening if they don't need him at that point.
I just think he's going to get like banged up. You said he's already questionable.
He's already listed as questionable, bro.
Yeah, and then you get like if Brees Hall just comes out and says I'm keeping my job and just fucking dominates, they might just trade Dalvin. So I'll go with it.
Can I tell you the other one I had written down because I thought it was hilarious?
Go ahead.
So they have tackle Dwayne Brown
Okay.
at left tackle and Mekhi Becton. My other one was that Billy Turner starts 3 games at left tackle. I mean, it's probably a percentage thing, but I think it might happen.
I agree with you though. All right. All right, too. That's the AFC.
AFC's done.
All right, we're getting through this pretty good. All right, NFC, who you got?
NFC East to start.
All right, team.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try and be gentle, Cowboys fans. I promise. I will try and lube your entry here, but go ahead.
Dak Prescott throws less than 10 interceptions.
Is that like a joke?
Yeah, because he said he was going to throw less than 10.
So you're calling it bold. Got it.
Yeah, that's bold.
Ay. That's your boldest pick. Um, Trayvon Diggs of all CB1s has the lowest or the worst passer rating against.
You just stole my other pick, you bastard. That was my other one. I have more, but that was the one I was going with. I think we're on the same page here.
All right,
I just don't see him getting paid and doing better.
I don't either. Don't either. All right, go ahead.
All right, you ready for real bold?
Oh, God. All right, go ahead.
The Dallas Cowboys win a playoff game. Listen, we're here for bold. We're not here for accurate.
Oh man. All right.
could have said they win the AFC or the NFC, but that just seemed way too out of reach.
All right. Micah Parsons leads the NFL in total pressures.
Okay.
Not sacks, pressures.
Pressures. Yeah. I get pressures.
All right, go ahead. Give me Eagles, Commanders, or Giants.
Giants.
All right. Go ahead.
The Giants will average 100 plus yards per game rushing.
Average 100 yards. Okay. Average 100 yards plus. Okay. That's bold, but I like it. I'm going to go back to the guy I can fucking just talk about for days. Jalen Hyatt, as a rookie, has 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Ooh. Okay. That's bold.
Yep. Go ahead.
The Giants, who've been known for a stout defense for a long time, have been lacking at one specific thing since their Super Bowls, and it's sacks.
Right? Like
next year,
Minora, Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan. Like God,
next year they return to glory, and they have a player with 10 plus sacks.
Do you have a name?
I didn't pick one. It was too hard to go that far.
Okay.
Thibodeau only had like 4 last year, I think. So that's
he was a rookie though, right? And missed like 4 games.
Yeah, so like maybe him. I think their top guy had like 6.5. So I'm predicting somebody has 6.5 plus 3.5. That's a 30% increase.
Yeah, him and Ojulari easily could do something like that. All right, I like that a lot. All right, I'm going to stick on the defensive side of the ball. But with the acquisition of Isaiah Simmons, the Giants have a top 6 pass defense.
I like it. That's bold.
All right, go ahead. Eagles or Commanders?
Eagles.
Like, who's the other team? All right. Give it to me.
Jalen Carter wins Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, girl. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
When you get specific, it's hard, right? Like when you get specific, you're like, boy, you better hope.
I don't know if a defensive tackle's ever won Rookie of the Year, except for, not even Aaron. Aaron Donald's like, I think, the only defensive tackle that's ever won an award. That's bold, but it's a hell of a prediction because I don't know if you listened or if you've been able to watch much of the preseason.
Bro, the Eagles are just stacking fucking Georgia defensive players.
Yeah, exactly. As long as Georgia keeps playing football, they'll have a team. But I don't know if you heard if you've watched much of the preseason, but during one of the preseason games, they were interviewing Brandon Graham, and they were like, "Can you tell us about Jalen Carter?" He goes, "That dude is a fucking freak."
Yeah.
He goes, he is terrifying to even me. And I was like, "Yep, that guy's gonna dominate."
Yeah, and that's why it was so weird that he fell to them.
Yeah, I know the racing issues off the field, like that kind of became their thing.
Again, does your talent outweigh your transgressions?
Yep. Okay. The running back room is a nightmare.
Yeah, it is. But whatever. They'll figure it out.
Mine is that Nakobe Dean finishes 3rd in tackles.
Okay.
He has to replace TJ Edwards, and I think he's going to have to take a big step this year. So I have him third in total tackles. Mew. This cat is fucking nuts. He just opened a drawer. Anyway, let me go get him because he's trying to climb under the drawer now and get into the railing part of it.
All right, I'll move on to my next one. And people, unless you look up stats like I do, this one's very specific. DeAndre Swift will have 2 or more fumbles.
Does he have 0 right now?
He's had 0 the last 2 years.
Okay.
He played 14 and 13, so 27 games without a fumble. And the year before, he played 13 with 2.
Okay. This isn't really bold, I guess. I really don't know if this is bold, but I'm going to say it's bold. We'll just go with it. Besides Jalen Hurts, I'm going to say excluding Jalen Hurts' numbers, running back wise in total, the Eagles are last in the NFL in rushing yards.
Bold, but okay. I can see it happening.
Dude, I look at that running back room and I'm like, Bob. Like, Bob is your running back. I don't fucking know.
It's literally going to become Jalen Hurts as Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I bold enough, but I can see it happening.
All right, and now the Washington Commanders.
All right. That's what I said, and it's bold, and I didn't know the information about Scary Terry, but I said Scary Terry will lead the team in total touchdowns.
Okay, mine's extremely bold. Sam Howell looks like a franchise QB.
Here is where we differ, my friend.
I said it's going to be extremely bold. I meant extremely bold.
All right, well, piggybacking on that, Sam Howell's going to have 16 plus turnovers.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're going in opposite directions at the speed of light there, but okay. I guess that's where you get bold.
It's the first thing we've been way different on. All right, hold on.
So my turnovers are fumbles, interceptions, total.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I didn't put INTs. I just put turnovers. Okay. Well, we talked about it earlier. It was one of my bold predictions, so I'll just say it. Chase Young has 15 sacks or more.
Prove it year.
Prove it year, and I think he proves it for sure.
Obviously, he's been underperforming his whole career because of injury. I think it's bold, but I don't think it's out of reach bold.
Yeah, but 15 is a big number in general for anyone, so that's why I went 15 or more.
Top end guys are what, 18, 20? Like,
yeah,
top end, like
man,
the best of the
kidding
best.
Me?
Apparently, this cat is spawned from, Satan's, candle lighting ceremony.
He does this thing with TVs and monitors where he gets in front of it, sits on his back legs, and runs his front paws on the screen. And he was just doing that on the TV over across the room. Just trying to knock the TV.
I like heat.
It's not even on. He's just running his paws on it. And now he's trying to open the drawer again. This cat. All right. What NFC division next?
NFC North.
All right. Team?
Chicago Bears.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh. Sorry, Bears fans, ahead of time for mine. But go ahead.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
This is bold. The Bears will finish top 12 in passing in the league.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we're going to do the opposite again.
This is good. This is good. This is why we do this.
Fields, while healthy, Fields will lead the NFL in rushing yards, but have a below 50% completion percentage at the end of the season.
All right.
I doubled down on two things. I think he's going to run like crazy, but I do not believe in his passing right now.
All right, I'm piggybacking right on my own stat here.
Okay.
Yeah. Fields will have 10 plus fumbles.
Okay.
But 3,000 passing yards.
Okay. What is my other one? Oh, okay. Bears are 32nd against the run.
I like it.
Dude, that front of that defense is so
I
bad.
can't deny the fact that I had the Bears picked perfectly last year.
Yes, you did.
I can't deny the fact that I just saw the writing on the wall and said, yeah, he's generational.
I'll give a free one.
But he's not Trevor Lawrence. Like, God.
I'll give a free third one. If Fields struggles this year, the Bears try and get Drake May.
Actually, that was my fourth, was that Peterman starts at least 4 games this year.
Is that their backup? Is it that bad there?
Yeah.
Oh my God! On their depth chart, on the actual team depth chart, it's Fields, a blank space at 2, and then Peterman at 3.
I said, yep, Peterman's going to start 4 games minimum.
All right, go ahead. Give me Lions, Packers, or Vikes.
The Lions.
All right.
Gibbs goes for 900 plus yards. I don't think it's that bold, but it's bold enough.
It's bold enough because they have David Montgomery. It makes it bold enough. Because you never know. But I think he's going to be I think Gibbs is going to be a fucking freak.
I think he takes the number 1 spot easily.
Oh, easily. I think he already has it. I know they haven't said it officially, but I already think he has it. Okay. As a rookie, again, we didn't even like these draft picks, which is hilarious just because of where they took them. Jack Campbell leads the team in tackles.
I can see it. Again, I thought their draft picks were stretches, but it doesn't mean they weren't good.
Yeah, it's just where they weren't great.
But... yeah, you could have taken better players, in my opinion, but if they fit is a big thing in the NFL.
Yes, it is.
So we may think they're crazy, and it may just work out for them, you know?
Yep. All right, go ahead.
All right. Amon-Ra St. Brown has 10 plus receiving touchdowns. Not too bold. Bold enough. For a team that I think is going to win the division.
All right. Mine is that they finished the season with the top-ranked offensive line in the NFL.
Ooh. Good pick.
I think the Lions have the best offensive line in the NFL. I think just left to right, it's unbelievable. So, yep, I'll go best line in the NFL. All right, go ahead. Packers or – okay.
Luke Musgrave will lead the team in receiving yards.
That's very possible. I'm seeing a lot of people start to fall in love with him right now. Which just sucks because I've been high on him since day one. Now I'm like, he's going to be harder to get in fantasy. Let me pull up my Packers one because I was actually way harder on them than I
Also,
expected.
give me 1 second. Got a puppy at the door again.
Okie dokie. Harley. All right. There it is. All right. First one. Rashawn Gary has 13 plus sacks. That's my first one for the Packers. I think he's going to come back in a big way. And Jair Alexander was talking about it this week during practice. He said that Rashawn Gary being healthy basically lets Jair Alexander become Superman in the back, in that corner. So I gonna go with Rashawn Gary gets 12 or 13 plus sacks. He's got to be healthy. It is definitely bold. He's definitely got to stay healthy. I think he has the talent if he's healthy. We've seen him take big steps each year. Again, his health has been a problem. It was a problem at Michigan, so we'll see if he can do it now. But
what was your number? I heard the Gary prediction. I just didn't hear the final number.
13 plus.
Ooh, that is bold, but I like it. I think he can really break out if he stays healthy.
It's the thing. He has the health. I mean, he has the talent. It's just, can he be healthy enough? And I don't know. I just don't know. All right, go ahead. Last one.
All right. Jordan Love has a 2-to-1 or better TD to interception ratio.
Okay.
I don't think it's out of reach for him, but I think first year, seeing what we've seen out of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, could be.
My other one, hold on.
Welcome in, Raccoon Lily.
Oh, hi, Hannah. My other one, Jose Altuve just hit for the cycle. God fucking damn it.
Nobody cares about the cycle. Like,
I love the cycle, but fuck Jose Altuve. Now, if someone could hit a grand cycle, I would love it. And for those who do not know, grand cycle is a solo home run.
I was going to say all the home runs. Yeah.
I would shit myself. But anyway, my bold prediction, again, I think they finished second in the division. Realistically, I do. I think they're the second best team in the division because the question mark is quarterback. They have the talent elsewhere. I do think the receivers might be a problem just because sophomore receiver, rookie receiver are your top three. And then you've got a third-year guy and two rookies behind that with two rookies at tight end. So it's a lot of inexperience, which might cause some problems down the road and maybe some dumb penalties. But I will say my bold prediction goes against what I just said because my bold prediction number 2 for the Packers is that Watson and Dobbs both have over 1,000 yards.
Ooh. Yeah, I was leaning more towards Green Bay leading the league in rushing. That was something I had written down.
I think that's very possible. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are freaks of nature, but I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the risk. I love both of them.
That's pretty bold considering, so I'll take it.
People are debating, they're debating who even the top one is. And I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck the top one is. I think they're both really talented. Could either way be. It's such a weird toss-up for me. So, I don't know. All right, we got to go Vikings now.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry, Vikings fans. I know I was really nice to the Lions and the Packers, but I'm not going to be so kind.
You ready? Honest. I'm going bold right off the rip.
Bold right off the rip for the Minnesota Vikings. Here comes Dot. Go ahead.
Kirk Cousins wins 2+ primetime games this year.
Okay. So everyone in chat can tell me which one's more bold because now I'm curious. Kirk Cousins winning 2 or more primetime games or Dak throwing less than 10 interceptions?
Oh, I'm going bold, baby. Let's go.
All right. This is just
so he has to win truth. 3 in my prediction.
Honest truth. Vikings have the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL.
God damn it. You're not wrong. That's not that bold.
I mean, it's not, but in the NFC North, you gotta have a good defense, right? No, that's not bold
I said
enough.
defense is bottom 5 is mine, but I'll get rid of that one.
I'm going dead last. I look, Eric Kendricks is such a massive loss, and then you also lost to Darius Smith at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's I don't want to say it's a known fact. It's just not as bold as you think. I think it actually might happen.
Yeah, it's probably not that bold, but I'm gonna go with it as one of the two bolds. Fuck it. All right, go ahead. Second one.
I was really highly debating this because it deals with the offense because I think the defense is just trash. I had a hard time picking between these two. I think Justin Jefferson goes for 12 plus touchdowns this year.
Jay Jettis.
It was between that and they averaged less than 85 yards per rushing per game.
All right. Well, I gave them one negative. I said I was going to be harsh, but I'm not going to be that harsh on this one. Jordan Addison is my offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, well, we'll get there next. Because I thought about an Addison pick, but I couldn't stray away from my guy. But yes, right. I agree with you there. He could have a breakout year one and just be like, hey, I'm here to stay.
I mean, I legit almost took Zay Flowers as my rookie of the year. I don't remember if there's AFC and NFC offensive rookie of the years or not, so I just can't remember. So I just went with offensive rookie of the year, Jordan Addison. Anyway, go ahead. What conference are we going to next?
NFC South.
Okay, go ahead.
Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay.
Offensive rookie of the year, baby.
My
Bijan Robinson. Let's go.
Yeah, my brain blanked. I'm going to go back on Jordan Addison. Hold on a minute. I kind of forgot about Bijan for some reason, I guess.
I don't even know if that's bold.
I don't think that's
everything
that bold.
Everything I've seen just points to this guy being what people said at the draft is that he is the most complete player on the offensive side of the ball. The only other player I've heard that rivals him in the draft is Jalen Carter, and Jalen Carter had weight issues. So Bijan practicing with the wide receivers as a running back has more sure hands than Breece Hall, and Breece Hall is the only running back in the last 20 years that has a better rating coming out of college than him.
Okay. All right. So I changed my Jordan Addison. So Vikings, Jordan Addison has 1,200 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns. There you go. That's my bold.
Oh, you're changing your rookie of the year pick?
Yeah, I mean, I think Bijan wins it, but I'm not going with that being bold for me. My bold is a little risky, but we'll go with it. Desmond Ridder becomes a top 15 NFL quarterback.
I had something similar, not quite, but I said Ridder finishes with a 90 or above passer rating.
I think he has a pretty nice season. I really do. I think he's really growing down there. And I like that a lot. Jesus Christ, Harley, chill out. All right, next one.
I have Grady Jarrett at 9.5 plus sacks.
Whew. The big man's going to eat this year. I like it. I like it. Mine will be also on the defensive side of the ball. I love reading Tesco's opinion of our shit too, by the way. The fuck? You, what are you?
This is what happens for owning cats. This is what you get for owning cats.
All right. AJ Terrell has the best passer rating against in the NFL. Guys.
I don't mind it. That's bold. The defense struggles.
Jesus Christ.
AJ Terrell is a beast, but that defense struggles. So, like, when you put that on a guy, I can take that. That's very bold.
I can't snuggle my cat. My cat will fuck me up. He'll let me pet him and love on him, but as soon as I put an arm around him or anything else, he is fucking. It is
Attack
on.
mode.
Yeah. All right. Who after the Falcons?
Carolina Panthers.
Ooh. I'm actually excited to hear yours for this team. They're an intriguing team to me.
I think they're very intriguing. Ready?
All right, go ahead.
Adam Thielen leads the team in targets and receptions.
I think mine's actually a little different for once. Leads team in.
For an aging receiver, I just feel like he's going to be a lifeline.
Yeah, it's not like they have a fucking tight end to throw to. All right, mine is staying in the receiving room, but mine is the young man. And I'm going with Jonathan Mingo leads teams in both.
Okay. I can see it going.
All right, next one.
Justin Houston has 10 plus sacks.
I like that one a lot. I saw that Bleacher Report said something kind of similar, and I like that a lot, to be honest.
He hasn't crested it in a bit. Maybe if ever, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's hit it at some point. He was a great pass rusher. I don't know. I don't honestly know. I don't know his career stats well enough to figure it out. But all right, my next one is probably why I said I couldn't do it bold earlier that I wanted to do.
Joe says Steelers gonna win. They might win some games.
What happened? Oh, Joe, Steelers are going to win this year.
That's a bold prediction out of Chove.
Jonathan Taylor gets traded to the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh,
that's my. I know everyone's saying it's Miami, but man, if they can get JT, Miles Sanders ain't it. So
JT and who's the coach?
Exactly, Frank Reich.
Yep.
Chove, you're a little nuts, buddy. Just a little bit.
That's bold because everybody's saying Miami, but if Frank Reich can get JT, oh God, look out.
I just love the idea of him in Carolina. And I think they're the team that honestly could grow the most just by getting him. Anyway, go ahead. Next team in the South.
New Orleans.
Saints. All right. I really enjoy this. This is fun. All right, go ahead.
For the second straight year, they have nobody with 8 sacks or more.
Oh, Jesus. Poor old man.
Yep.
Well, they got Curtis Granderson's grandfather playing right end. I don't know who Carl Granderson is, but this team was really hard for me. Jamal Williams leads the team in touchdowns.
Okay. I can see it. It's out there a bit, but I can see it. But yeah, bold.
All right. Next one.
The New Orleans Saints will finish 20th or worse in points against.
Whoa. Man, Marshawn Lattimore is going to reach to the screen and punch you.
We're going bold, right?
Yeah. All right. I like it, though. It's bold, but it's honestly possible with how old that team is getting. Um, yeah, mine is going to be still on offense. Saints finished uh, top 8 in scoring.
Top 8. Well, that goes hand in hand with a bad defense.
I just think their offense has. If Derek Carr can really go back to the way he was about 2 years ago, they have a lot. They have a lot of talent on this team to make that a really fun team to watch. So, all right, so this is the Bucks next.
Oh yeah, easy to predict, harder to be bold, right?
Okay, so I didn't mention it earlier. We do have news about the Bucks that I forgot to mention. All Pro, potentially future Hall of Famer if he could have played his whole career. Ryan Jensen has some serious issues with his knee that took him out last year, the entirety of Tom Brady's final season. They're all pro center, and he will not probably play again this year. And they say he might not ever play the game of football again. Are the reports out of the camp in Tampa Bay?
Well, that feeds right into my number one bold prediction.
Oh boy! All right, Buccaneers bold prediction. Go ahead, Doc.
Neither Mike Evans or Chris Godwin will crest 900 yards this year.
Whoo! All right.
Listen, when you got Baker throwing him 5.5 yards over your head, I mean, is it that bold?
No. Actually, give me a minute. I have. Oh, never mind. I got it.
And 50
Car redemption season, here we come. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping on it. I am. I like Derek Carr, and I like the Saints. They're a cool organization, so I don't mind rooting for them. All right. None. So the 3 on their depth chart right now are Mayfield, Trask, Wolford. My bold number 1 for the Bucks is none of those 3 quarterbacks finish the year on the roster.
Wow. I feel like they would keep him on the roster just so they could lose more games.
Let me rephrase. I don't know about lose more games. They can just pick up people. Let me rephrase. Trask is the only one of the 3 that remains on the roster by the end of the season.
Buccaneers Dallas trade incoming for Trey Lance.
I think it's more like they're just going to pick up like Mariota.
So they're like playing the Oscar the Grouch trash can game?
Just let Trask and Mariota be 1 and 2 is what I'm
like, here, you don't got to do anything. We're not going to give you a playbook. We're just going to call plays. You figure it out. We're in the hunt for Caleb Williams, okay?
Yeah, I mean, they realistically are. All right, give me your second one.
The Buccaneers will actually have a player with 8+ sacks because the defense will be on the field 70% of the time. Vita Vea led them last year with 6 sacks.
Yeah, I knew that it wasn't pretty because they don't have a pass rusher. Well, Shaq Bennett, but
Levante David's their best defensive player, and he's like 36 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe 34. Not sure.
This is going to go hand in hand with what you said. Cade Otton leads the team in all receiving categories.
It's not going to be anybody downfield, that's for sure.
That's why I'm going with Cade Otton. I don't think Evans or Godwin have a good year. I think, like you said, and I think Cade Otton being in the middle of the field makes it easier for Baker, Trask, Wolford, and whoever else they bring in. Watch Baker come out and prove us all wrong and be fucking superstar in Tampa.
Yeah, we saw that for one game at Los Angeles, and then we saw who Baker really is.
I know. All right, all we got left is the West. Which team we starting with in the NFC?
Let's start with the fun one, the Cardinals.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Can I make 2 bold predictions on the Cardinals? I'm not really sure, but
I don't know if one of them's bold, but I know one of them's bold. Maybe
all right,
not so bold.
go ahead.
Kyler Murray will be in the Oakland A's farm system next year.
Holy shit! All righty. Okie doke. That caught me off guard. Hold on. Jesus.
He's got more sure money in the MLB than he does here. Let's go. Exactly, Tesco. Exactly where I'm going.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been so long, but his talent in baseball was crazy. Like, I truly believed he could have been a superstar, but
that's what I mean. I mean, it's bold, but it's not that bold.
All right, mine's bold
5
as
years
well.
ago, we were saying he was a first-round draft pick in the Major League Draft.
Mine's bold as well, and mine is something I don't want to see happen because I'm a Packers fan, but here it is. Buda Baker, I'm not even going to say like just a blanket statement. I'm going to be boldly honest. Buda Baker is traded to the Lions.
Oh, yeah, that would suck.
Their one biggest weakness is safety next to CJ Johnson. They don't have much, and I think he could be a superstar there. And that's one of the pieces they could really have fun with. Anyway, go ahead. Next one.
I don't know if this is so bold. I think my first pick was bold enough. But they're going to finish dead last in points against.
So you have them 32nd in defense?
Yep.
I was going to do something bold as well and say 32nd in offense, but that's not bold. Yeah, I will go as bold as I can be with how bad this team is. Hollywood Brown still manages a 1,000-yard season.
That is bold. I'm just going to throw that out there. That's bold. Have you seen their camps? Oh, my Lord.
It is a nightmare. I'm well aware. But I'm going to give Hollywood Brown a little bit of a nod. All right, next team in the West.
Hold on, before you move on, I do have to quote the Pro Football Focus where we got this idea from. Number 2 on their list was Isaiah Simmons. Looks like a Pro Bowler at safety. And then editor's note: Simmons has since been traded. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good.
All right, give me your West, the next team.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Okie dokie. And your first one?
Donald and Stafford retire at the end of the year.
Do you think at that point, what's his name goes to a booth?
Stafford?
No.
Or McVay?
McVay.
Yeah, I almost included him in that and go McVay, Donald, and Stafford all move on at the end of the year.
Okay. We're going bold, guys. All right, so don't murder me for this one. This is bold. This is bold. Tutu Atwell has 6 touchdowns. No idea where that's coming from, but
That's
Tutu
pretty
Atwell.
bold.
I think all 3 would retire.
I don't know if all 3. I would say probably 2 out of 3 for sure.
All right, next one.
All right, so I don't know his status on his contract. Cooper Kupp requests to be traded to a contender before the deadline.
Oh.
I didn't have that written down. I just thought of that on the spot.
Okay. I like that a lot. All right. I was going to say Matt Stafford leads the league in sacks, but that's not really that bold to me. He's got nothing. I'm looking at this defense on the depth chart. I don't know a single name in the secondary except for Jordan Fuller. Ay. All right. Well, I'm going to be flat honest on this one. And it's kind of hard because it's supposed to be bold, but I'll go with it. Stenson Bennett starts the last 2 games of the year.
2?
Yeah, he looks really bad right now. I think Ripien would start if anything happens to Stafford for now.
Listen, we're putting the practice team on and for the last 4 here.
Probably. They're going to go for that number 1 pick.
I don't know where their buy is, but that kind of makes sense. Where it's just like we're tanking because if they think about it, if you can get Caleb Williams to LA,
yeah,
that's saucy.
Yeah,
he's like, I don't have to move, and you guys are gonna pay me. I don't care how. You're not the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, that's the team you don't want to go to. All right,
You think if the Rams are like number 2 pick contention, he just starts losing games at USC, like throwing interceptions. He's like, fuck it, I'm full said.
All right, next team. I don't know. I really don't. I don't think he would do that, but he flat out said. I mean, he's just straight up said. It depends on who has the number 1 pick, whether I declare for the draft. So, I mean, I think he was basically saying, Arizona, you probably don't want the number 1 pick because I just won't go to the draft. All right, next team: Seahawks or Niners?
Niners.
Okay, hold on. I just put up.
I said it earlier, and I said it again. I'll say it again.
Oh, you're going with that being your bold?
Niners are my Super Bowl winner.
Oh, winner. All righty. Okay. My Niners bold prediction is that they don't get a Nick Bosa done deal.
Ooh,
deal done.
That's spicy.
And he holds out for at least 6 weeks. I don't know if he's going to come back, but I would say at least 6 weeks.
I mean, he's like one of the top 5 players in the NFL. It's kind of like the Chris Jones thing, right? It's like if you don't get a deal done, especially because you have Brock Purdy now as your starter.
Yep. They don't even have him on the depth chart right now because he just isn't. He's holding out still.
Yeah.
So
I'm piggybacking on my win here.
Good.
Sam Darnold is a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Huh? Are you assuming injury or legit takeover? I'm curious.
I'm not sure it may be a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like a situation where he takes over because of an injury and he's just got the hot hand.
Okay. All right.
Can't be seeing ghosts in the Super Bowl though, bud.
All right. Mine is, hold on. There you go. Mine is that Drake Jackson from USC leads the team in sacks.
You think he leads the team in sacks with all that talent?
He's their starting left end. With Bosa gone, because Cleveland Farrell is who's starting in place of Bosa.
Okay, I can see the logic. Now.
It's a little bold because he has, I think, only like 5 career sacks in 2 years.
You have to also assume that they're not going to get a deal with Bosa.
Yep.
Okay, I can see that.
All
Now,
right.
I think it's a long stretch, but I can see it.
All right. Last team, Seahawks.
Seahawks. Smith and Jigba leads the team in receiving.
Hold on. I got to pull up his name. I want to make sure I spell it right.
It's bold with who they have.
That's no joke. That's
You have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You have those two running backs.
yeah. That's bold. I'll give that to you. I don't know. I honestly don't know if mine's bold. You guys can tell me, and I'll change it. But Rick Woolen leads the NFL in interceptions.
I think I might actually go one step further.
What?
I think he's the top-rated coverage player of the year.
Is that your bold? Second bold?
Yeah, that's my bold. I mean, he's contending with some real fucking good defenders.
All young guys too, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, Surtain,
Young. Yep.
Jets.
Sauce. Yeah, it's Sauce, Jair, Surtain.
I think he's number one.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't know Bobby Wagner went back there.
Oh yeah, that was something I was like, Bobby Wagner homecoming? Question mark.
No idea he was back.
But I think he's got 1 year left in him, max, maybe 2. But
all right. So my last one, Kenneth Walker the third, and Zach Charbonnet. Is that the right person I'm thinking?
Yeah, Charbonnet.
Yeah, Zach Charbonnet combined for 20 touchdowns total. I don't know, not saying just on the ground, but combined for 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, they may catch some, right?
Yep.
Okay, bold, considering the wide receiver lineup there and like the one shot potential they have.
Yep, and the injuries that they constantly pile up.
Yep. So,
but
yeah, I'd say that's very bold.
I was gonna say they have an 8+ sack guy, but I can't. I looked at the roster and said, "Who the fuck is that?"
I brought up sacks too, and I'm like, I don't know. That would be very bold to say, because they're more of like a distribution team, especially on the defense. Their defense hasn't been that good.
Yeah, I looked at the team and I'm like, maybe Boy Mafe, maybe. That's the only guy I'm like, maybe gets 8 sacks. I can't think of anyone else getting 8 sacks. So I was like,
if you go back to the stats last year and you look at,
oh wait, that one dude, the injured guy,
sacks,
Jamal Adams. There you go. That's probably their.
Well, they had Nwosu had 9.5.
Oh, there you go.
Taylor had 9.5.
Is Taylor still there?
I don't know. I'm just looking at their last year stats.
Oh, Darrell Taylor.
Yep, and he played one less game than Nwosu.
Yeah, right now he's listed somehow behind Boy Mafe.
And then Quentin Jefferson had 5.5, and he was their next best. So I would say Nwosu has the best shot.
Yeah,
but he's going to get a lot more double coverage now.
Yeah. And then, like I said, Jamal Adams, obviously, because that's all he's really good for is pass rushing out of the safety position.
Yeah, but what is he going to be coming off of the injuries he's had?
Yeah, I don't know. A full year off.
I mean, DK Metcalf took 17 defensive snaps.
Huh?
Yeah. Just throwing that out there. Wide receiver, 17 defensive snaps.
Interesting. All right.
One Hail Mary per game, if you think about it.
Anything else for you before we
I think this was good. This was a good exercise.
I had a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna have them all
I
posted
think I was
next
a
week.
little
You
more
guys will be
bold
able
than you, to be honest.
a little bit. You had faith in like Dak and stuff. But
You said bold predictions. We're going bold. I mean, I'm doing it.
yeah, my bolds were like Carolina taking Jonathan Taylor in the trade, and
Yeah, my bolds were Kyler Murray's in the Major League Baseball farm system next year.
that's as bold as it gets, really.
Listen, if you know you're going to be replaced at number one, you've already
Yeah.
gotten paid enough.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun for me. All right, guys. So next week our draft will be 8:00 when we go live. Our draft starts at 8:15. So me and Dot will talk for a couple minutes, get the drafts loaded up, and
then
we're
we'll just
gonna be
talk about the draft.
And we have to make picks for next week's because the NFL starts next week. So we're gonna have to make picks at some point during there. While it slows down, probably we can start throwing some picks in. But we'll be back next Monday. I am gonna keep reminding people, and again. This content's all going to start getting added finally because I have tomorrow to actually start breaking it all down. Fucking thank God. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow in and out throughout the day and starting posting things on social media. So you might see some new names come in because our TikTok is getting a lot of likes right now on Grab Some Pines TikTok.
Oh,
so I'm really happy about that.
Prediction of the night: Jackson Mahomes, one Twitter post or TikTok from jail.
Yep, there you go. So I will remind people, if you want to do a show with us, like join us either as a special guest on Monday, or if anyone's open to getting on here and talking, it doesn't have to be the NFL. It can be any sport, anything. I want to start doing some trivias too. So like we can start adding that like on a different night if we want. Just let me know and we'll work around days and schedules and stuff. We'll figure things out. So just let me know.
Jeopardize or Jeopardy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. But we're going to get out of here. It's late, and I've got to get some sleep because I woke up early this morning and have not.
Yeah, I still have work to do. Yay.
Oh, fuck no. I don't have anyone to rate. You got anyone?
No. I haven't really paid attention, but I
just checked, but
unfortunately, I can't hang out because I do have to go do work after this.
Yeah, like if I raid, it would be me saying, hey, you're welcome for the raid, basically, and I'm going to bed. Like,
but we'll figure that out.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll be back. You have a good night. Appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you very much for hanging out. I really love how much all your input is so welcome. Everybody's input, but Tesco, thank you so much for today, hanging out, and we'll be back next Monday with our draft. And we hope you all have a great night. We'll see you next Monday at 8:00.
See you next Monday.
Eastern time.